maybe with disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're the
That could
audience.
go wrong, and people could be just. But she was like, "Yeah, sing more. That's great." And the
Aww.
guy eventually came on. I think they clapped for him when the guy was finished, and then like the actual singer came on.
It's just like, yeah, keep singing. My partner isn't.
Yeah, he's backstage.
You know the
whatever.
words. He's not here.
He's not here, but everybody clapped.
That's
like,
insane. Awesome. True opera fan there.
True opera fans.
Yes. Yeah, are we on proper?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay!
I was so okay.
Just while we're talking about Opera Cat, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I could talk about how insane Die Ranger is that I never realized.
I wish you would.
I mean, I've talked about how insane Zoo Ranger is with how canonically the actual Christian Satan hates dinosaurs. Die Ranger is somehow even weirder. It's I can understand why they didn't choose to fully adapt it. Like, yeah, they wanted the brand continuation from the original costumes, but also like I'm watching this and I'm like, man, I don't know how you even go about trying to adapt this. This shit is weird. This is deeply weird.
Adapting it for whom?
Oh, for Power Rangers.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got the Thunder Zords and some of the monsters, because that season 2 of Power Rangers was a combination of Die Ranger footage and the specially filmed Zoo 2 footage that they commissioned from Bandai or Toei, I should say. And yeah, because it's got like that Chinese mythology theme that they did, like it's Griffin and Unicorn and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, sort of kind of, but also like because having now seen Zoo Ranger and Kaku Ranger, both the preceding and subsequent seasons, they're shooting in like much dingier locations with like a lot more like graffiti and narrow alleys and like small little parlors and stuff. So it's both like more claustrophobic and almost kind of noir-y in some respects. And then the bad guys, the putties, they're wearing what I can only describe as tuxedo gimp suits, like tuxedo pattern gimp suits, and they've got this like half mask thing going on where they have like a mouth but like nothing else, and like it's kind of giving like Eyes Wide Shut. They're kind of just fighting a bunch of Eyes Wide Shut guys all the time.
Are they going?
No, they're not. No, they just talk. Because it turns out the bad guys, the Gorma tribe in Die Ranger, they are all of them, from the putties to the monsters to the generals all the way up. They are prehistoric humans who channeled evil chi power to attempt to take over the world and were sealed away. And that evil chi power causes them to undergo physical mutations and psychotic breaks, in addition to giving them like supernatural power. So the putties just talk. They're just like dudes.
I don't like that.
Evil dudes.
Yeah. No,
evil Eyes Wide Shut dudes.
I don't care for that.
Yeah. Talking normally, that's what you don't care for.
Yeah, no, they just talk sometimes.
I don't want a putty to jump me in an alley and call me a bitch.
Like
especially if it's wearing a tuxedo.
And they would. They would too.
There are some like deeply like kind of like psychedelic visuals periodically, like some interesting cinematography and like matte paintings and stuff that they use. Also, so Serpentera, the Die Ranger version of Serpentera, is in this a completely neutral actor. It is just a completely separate dragon robot god that comes to Earth and says, you guys are upsetting the balance between good and evil by your fighting Power Rangers and bad guys. If you don't stop, I will kill everything. Like that shot where like the Serpentera blows up the city on the deserted planet from Power Rangers. In Die Rangers, that's just Tokyo.
Wait a second. That's
Serpentera just
literally
shows up and fucking nukes Tokyo.
Wait, that's literally Rayquaza.
So that's pretty much what it's based. Well, I mean, they're both based on the same motif.
The same motif of like, you two stop fucking around or I'm going to destroy everything?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could tell that to a bunch of teenagers.
I stress it nukes to and it's like, and it flashes back to the Rangers. There's like emergency sirens and screaming, like, and it does that before it delivers its ultimatum. Serpentera shows up, nukes Tokyo to show it means business, and then says, "Everybody stop fighting, or else I'll kill everything."
Wow. If only they had a flying motorcycle to stop it.
I know, right?
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are they not maintaining the balance of good and evil because good is fighting evil? Like
they're saying they're doing it wrong. They're saying they're fucking up.
Oh, you can't fight that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So Tor the Carrier Zord has a human form.
No.
And he's not a Power Ranger. He just is a Zord who is also a man.
No.
He's just vibing.
And he just turns into Tor the Carrier Zord.
You're telling me all the Zords are inside that man?
All right, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, I think we're done with
We're done.
Oh, the White Ranger is also the Antichrist?
The horse.
The horse? What?
The White Ranger, the White Ranger, the one who they took to make Tommy the White Ranger costume, the Abba Ranger, comes from Die Ranger. And in that, he is also a child and also the Antichrist.
Oh, Pale Rider.
that track.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you can't be a full-ass man and be an Antichrist. It has to be a scary child.
It's dude, this show's fucking something else, and I love it. This might be my new favorite thing. This might be my new hyperfixation. I'm going to be honest with you.
Which one of us is the Antichrist then?
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Listen to that segue. What a perfect segue. Well, everybody, watch Die Ranger or don't. Your choice after all this information.
It's on the Shout Factory streaming service. It costs like $2.50 a month.
There you go. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. We're live from the apocalypse. If you've never caught us before, we're a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other important and good causes like that. Currently raising money for the DOTS RPG project. Normally, we have been raising money for medical aid for Palestinians, and that is ongoing because so is all the awful shit that's happening. Oh, yeah. And as long as that's going on, I guess we will keep on doing that. But in the meantime, we are also pivoting on Fridays to raise money for the DOTS RPG project because it is Disability Pride Month, and they are doing some very excellent work over there. They are doing a lot of work with Braille dice and other tools and systems to make the hobby of TTRPGs more accessible for everybody. So if you can spare any money, what we ask is that if you like what you see here, instead of showing your appreciation by subscribing or giving us bits or giving us money in really any way, shape, or form, don't do that. Just play these silly games, and they, for the most part, cost us nothing. Instead, take whatever you can spare and just give it directly to the DOTS RPG project because they are doing very good and important things with it. To that end, we have removed and hidden the subscribe button. Normally, we make a joke about seeking it at your own peril. Don't do that tonight. Don't do that. Genuinely, don't do that. Please do the DOTS RPG project. Instead, this is the last night of our fundraiser for the month, and we are only $100 away from our goal. So if you can give, we would super duper appreciate it. Yeah, just hit that donate button. There will be an alert. You will be thanked. It's wonderful. You'll feel very good. With all of that being said, I think that's most of the stuff and the things that we have to talk about. There are channel points and stuff like that, ways you can interact with and affect the stream under there. If you want to click those things, feel free. But otherwise, we're playing Sentai and Sensibility, a very silly game about being Power Rangers in the Regency era, I think. Not my strong suits. I don't remember who I said was the queen in our session 0, but I got laughed at for it. I did a little research, which means I asked my phone who was the queen during the Regency era, so I think we're good. I think we're covered. Anyway, all of that being out of the way, we're going to get into our introductions just a second. Normally, we do everything in alphabetical order, everything got a little fucked up on the overlay. So we're not in alphabetical order tonight. However, the bad news is Brendan's still first.
Honestly, that's fine because I forgot that the enemy generals in Die Ranger are all in leather and they're basically doing Cenobite cosplay. Anyway, hi everybody, I'm Brendan and I now know too much about Die Ranger. I'm playing the Agile Interplanetary Hussar Dandelion T-Rex, also called Athelstane Flash, and a normal human man. I, Brendan, am also a normal human man.
You may notice some themes here as we go through our introductions. Julia, you're next.
Oh, hi. Hi. I'm Julia. I am not a normal human man. I am a human ? On the best of days, but tonight I will be playing the strapping interplanetary I can't even say it. The strapping interplanetary premier copper Hercules beetle, also known as Arthur Flash. And he is indeed a normal human man. Solid, British, well behaved.
100%. Joe?
Hi there. I am Joe Gates. I am definitely human, thank you. But tonight, you're going to get a real treat. And so, I'm also part of the, you call it the Family Flash. My name is Hotspur Flash. And you might notice that I might sound a little bit different than some of my siblings and whatnot, but maybe it sounds like Cockney, but there's a reason for that. Anyway, I play the extraordinary, interplanetary, Ronin, Gold, Sabertooth. And don't let anybody tell you any different from that. So I think that's me. See, mate?
I don't even know if, historically speaking, the association between Australia and boomerangs exists at this time. I have no idea, but it does in this
I know
world.
where they come from. They come from my mouth.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I shoot them out Mega Man style.
Eli.
And the person I'm playing is very normal human. So
Correct.
Hi, I'm Eli. I'd like to think that I am a human being. But I am playing Happy Interplanetary Dragoon Asparagus Mammoth. Tonight, also known as Neville, who I also think is a human being. I like to think that they're a human being. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What else needs to be said, honestly?
That's enough.
Steph?
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I am playing the lovely interplanetary Hussar Lime Stegosaurus, also known as Cecily Flash, a very normal lady, so proper, so refined, so human.
Incredible. All right. Well, it just leaves me. Hello. Hi, my name is Will. I'm your storyteller for this evening, and I will be playing most everybody else. I might crowdsource it out to folks because that's fun in these here tabletop role playing games that we play sometimes. But with all that out of the way, I think that we can probably go ahead and dive into our story for the evening. So when when we last left off, this is fully a one shot. That's just fine. Is the soundboard working? I can't tell. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, cool. Awesome. So where we are going to begin our story is somewhere in England. In the early 1800s, you sort of pan across these sweeping. I'm watching the players to see who's nodding as I'm saying historical fact. The 1800s, yes, I saw nods. We pan across the countryside, the rolling green hills of rural England in the early 1800s, and cresting one hill, sort of off in the distance, we can see what looks to be a large sort of manor house. There are a few things about said manor house that look a little bit out of place or a little bit odd, not quite right. And we'll get to those in a second. But before that, there is currently outside the gates of said estate, there's a little bit of a conflict taking place, a little bit of a dust up or a tussle, as one might say, where we see just this cluster of these sort of like clockwork, malformed creatures, vaguely humanoid in appearance, but for the most part, just sort of robotic clockwork horrors. Some of them have like blades for hands, some of them have other weapons that are currently sort of mid fight. We see this group of 5 individuals sort of standing back to back. There is some consistency between their garb, their costumes, you might say, their armor, as it were. But they're all different colors, sort of. And we kind of pan around as there is a moment to breathe in this fight. The clockwork horrors have kind of backed off a little bit and are sort of, circling around, occasionally like jabbing or lashing out. There's this terrible, inhuman shrieking noise that they emit from whatever passes for their mouths as they do so. And the family Flash finds themselves back to back. We pan around Avengers style. And we'll go in the same order if everybody would like to give a little description of what your Sentai looks like in this moment. Well, I think we can keep the same order probably. So Brendan, do you mind?
Sure.
Telling us about Athelstane?
Athelstane Flash, the agile interplanetary hussar dandelion tyrannosaurus, has a is what my color again is that's right, dandelion. Dandelion. Yes. So is in a sort of yellow gold head to toe outfit, with a leotard, boots, gloves, a helmet, as well as a kind of British Army style jacket that is embroidered in both sort of a floral pattern around the edges and in patterns evoking like fossilized dinosaurs in the middle section. And obviously, of course, like the visor has like the teeth of the Tyrannosaurus, like that kind of goes without saying. And yeah, he's got a pair of sickles, his kama, and I think he is basically using 2 of them to like just tear a robot in half before striking a pose.
Ooh, all right, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. That to me is dueling.
Okay.
Please roll your dance step.
Okay, all right. So I'm trying to get super vigor. I'm trying to get a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 specifically.
It's dueling.
Oh, dueling. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cool. All right. But and a max result automatically succeeds.
Max result automatically succeeds. Okay. 1 could succeed, but we'll have to have a conversation.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go. That's a 7 anyway.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so that is a success. You cut one of these clockwork horrors in half with your sickle successfully. Excellent work. And you strike a cool pose. Well, you strike a pose. Moving along, you see, as we sort of pan around, 3 of these figures have various shades of yellow. 2 of these figures have shades of green. Julia, as we pan over from Athelstane, to Arthur. What do we say?
So as we go over to Arthur, the cut of the suit is not wholly dissimilar. There's some variation. The biggest thing, the most obvious thing, I think, is in the helmet. There's like those little beetle pincers towards the where the mouth area would be, just a little, because Arthur is Hercules beetle themed, and although you wouldn't know it by the fact that in their hand as a weapon is what is known as a kendama, aka a cup and ball game, which they are currently using somewhat akin to a like a meteor hammer, kind of using the length of the rope to try to like swat at one before it can get too close. And there is a distinctly more deep copper color to all of their accoutrements.
Amazing. Yeah, since you are fending one off, it sounds like more than actually fighting one. I think you are going to make a footwork roll.
Okay.
So you need a 3, 4, or 5, or the highest number on your die.
That is a 3.
Okay, that is a success. So yeah, one of these robot clockwork horrors lunges at you with a blade arm, and you successfully fend it off.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Unhand me, sir.
And as you say that, you destroy the robot's arm. Joe.
Yes.
As we continue our movement around.
Right. All right. So, Hotspur, who not too long ago was actually unwittingly fighting against his own family, in like random Zord style, stuff. He has. I'm so sorry. There's a siren coming by, of course, because every time. He has his helm, and all of his accoutrements are like metallic gold and like glinting in the sunlight. His helm has like the saber-tooth fangs like coming over top, and like the eyes are right here, so it's basically like the head. He does have like an almost holographic and iridescence to his outfit, and I would say that while one of his family members like has a military coat, he has just a formal like waistcoat with a tail, so that kind of like flies around as he does his flips. He's facing like 2. And he's just like, "Oh, you think you could get the better of me, huh?" And he's just like, "Let's see how well you dance." And he takes out, he kind of like from his forearm forms a boomerang that's iridescent light, and then just suddenly the next clip is a boomerang for some reason. And I want to say it's like probably as like long as from one end of his arm to the other. So he takes that and he just starts doing cartwheels around them to see if he can get them to like swat at each other and like behead each other. So,
hell yeah!
Round and round we go.
And that is certainly a footwork roll as well.
Footwork?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Okay. So a 1 is technically a failure, but it could activate your honor. Okay. And that basically means that you can succeed kind of just barely at what you were trying to do if we think this is a thing your character has like practiced a lot or is kind of an inherent part of them.
I think he was like, when he like entered society suddenly, he was like one of the premier dancers. So like everybody wanted him on the dance card, but he's like, sorry folks, there's only so many bits on my dance card. Maybe next time. So I think he is, and he's very worldly, unlike his siblings and family members, because he landed at I'm sorry, he arrived at a very different place because we're very much human, and has traveled the world to get here. So
Okay. Yeah, I think that's more than fair. I think that activates your honor for sure. So you succeed at what you were trying to do. I think it's maybe I think you maybe like one of them kind of it's one slashes at the other, its arm falls off, that arm gets tangled up in between your legs and you trip a little bit, but you manage to still stick the landing.
right, yeah, okay. He's just like, got to work on that one. Not used to working with two people here.
Okay, cool. As we keep moving around, we leave our yellow contingent and start getting into the green side of things. Eli.
Neville looks like they have the mammoths, so they have like the tusks that wrap around to kind of make like a 3-part to their like visor. I think they're wearing a cape because they were told capes were really regal and cool. And then they have like little like shoulder pads, but they're in like the patterns of asparagus. And yeah, and
Asparagus
they look
epaulets.
so good. And they look super confident for like the first 5 seconds, but when they take like the first 2 steps, they absolutely just trip over something and fall, and then they just immediately get up really quickly. They're gonna go in front of like the nearest putty, and then they're like currently like weaponless, but then they're gonna like stop really quickly. They're gonna be like, oh, 1 second, and then out of nowhere they're gonna just pull out this really large, obnoxiously large looking broom.
I forgot it was a broom.
Broom.
Yeah, and I think they're just gonna whack this guy with this broom.
Amazing. That's gonna be a dueling roll from you.
I'm gonna absolutely. Ooh, wait, hold on. Oh shit! Yeah, hell yeah! I succeeded with a 7.
Oh, yes, all right.
I didn't think that
Incredible.
was
Yeah, you pull out the obnoxious large broom. You thwack one of them. They fly into a second one, and they both explode into like this shower of sparks.
Hell yeah! And then I gotta
like-
like the broom catches fire, so now I'm just taking time to like put the broom out.
Absolutely.
Is that a feature or a bug of the broom?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, amazing. All right. And as we get to our final member, our other Green Ranger.
Yes, Cecily is decked out with their helm with plates going down, like the Stegosaurus plates have, and it leads into the 2 long braids she wears that she's got spikes at the end of to mimic the Stegosaurus tail spikes. And she's wearing a lime green dolman jacket with the braids that she's modified to have like sort of a tailcoat going on at the back because she's got to be on theme. Riding skirts and some nice military boots on, and she is whipping out a katana and just engaging the nearby clockwork creature, and she just kind of like flicks her wrist and goes to like spear her katana through several of the gears and just flick them out so it'll just kind of collapse in a heap.
Yeah, that's another dueling roll. So go ahead and.
And yeah, that is a 4, so I just make that.
Yep, absolutely. But success is a success. So you do, it happens exactly like you just said it does. You flick the sword out, you cleave this robot in half. And there are only a few of them remaining at this point, and they look between each other. Like they pause for a second to look at each other, and in a language that I think you all would be familiar with, Moonspeak.
Lunarian?
In like a garbled
Lunarian, yeah.
Lunarian. Love that. In garbled Lunarian, one of them says retreat, and the other one say retreat, and they start to just like fully book it across the countryside away from you all, as fast as they can go, if you're willing to let them go.
Attacks of opportunity. No, I'm kidding.
Right,
I think we just kind of stand there and watch him go. There's one trip in like a ditch before them.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yes.
I think we form a tableau. Yeah, I
You
think
gotta
we form a
pose. You gotta
tableau for
pose.
like
Yeah,
kind of Charlie Angel stuff, or
absolutely.
maybe a Sentai style. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just in front of our gates immediately, just haha.
little brooms and whatnot. So.
Incredible. The danger has been averted, which I guess means that you can untie your ascots, which are your henshin devices. I will remind you.
I kind of picture them being sort of like the Boy Scout neckerchiefs that have like a little clasp on them, and so you like grab the clasp and it like glows and you like de-transform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But to put them on, I think we do like flash them out and then go like this, and it's reverse, like it's filmed in reverse, but like the ascot like comes done like a ties itself, and then like the clasp kind of goes on it, but it's obviously just like rewound.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Incredible. All right. And with that, you were able to enter the gates of your family estate, and start going back inside. I think as you do that, I mentioned that this is sort of, a sprawling country manor, of which there are many here in the English countryside. However, I think there are some odd eccentricities about yours. Does anybody have any thoughts about what those might be?
I think it's kind of weird that some of our windows appear to be kind of like domed.
Love that. Love a domed window. Yeah.
There's this weird seam, seemingly kind of like going directly up the middle and like all the way down the length of the house.
Right, almost as if it would open up. And
if the ground itself were to split open, it seems as though the house itself would just split in two along with it. But that's crazy.
That's crazy. That would never happen.
Like a good random hole in a yard somewhere,
Ooh,
unexplainable.
Yes. A giant crater, yes.
Yes, the decorative well. Yes.
Yeah.
So probably.
I think
we're just like, it's a folly. It's a anyone who asks about anything weird about her or say, oh, it's a folly. It's a folly. It's a folly. It's a folly.
Right. Joe, yes.
Oh yeah. So I would say that perhaps like especially at the front gate, like there might be like, or perhaps in the garden, there are several different plinths with the heads of different beasts, and then maybe there's like a new one that was just commissioned, that has like a saber tooth. But otherwise, we see like a Stegosaurus, we see Hercules beetle, etc. And they seem to be like evenly spaced out, perhaps in like a circle of sorts. So,
right, love that. Yeah.
Star.
The two most well-known dinosaurs, the tiger and the Hercules beetle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Extremely well known.
Yes. Amazing. Steph, did you have one as well?
Yeah, just for like decoration purposes, they probably have a lot of like night blooming flowers in the garden that have a bioluminescence to them, like something from their home country, because they're from abroad, and that just looks like stars at night almost. It's very peaceful, very tranquil, very normal.
Absolutely. And I think as you make your way through the gates and start walking up towards the house itself, you are greeted. Another eccentricity of your family is that despite, there being a fair number of you, in a house this large, you would expect to have a rather robust staff working there for you. But that's not the case. The family Flash has one person working for them who kind of does all of the cooking and the cleaning and the gardening and all of that. So you are approached by your family's butler, man at arms, etc., who's wearing like a very very sort of butlery garb, except that his skin is a little bit sort of rough and it's green. And his where hair would be, he just sort of has these like broccoli fronds, these sort of broccoli stems. And this is your family's manservant, Veginald.
I don't like it.
You don't like Veginald?
I don't.
He served your family faithfully ever since you arrived here on Earth. What has he ever done to you?
Perhaps he was very hard on you. I don't know.
Perhaps. I mean, he left his family behind on the moon to come to Earth.
He left his family behind.
He left his family behind.
No, we didn't ask him to do that, did we? Oh no, did we?
You never have to serve as its own pleasure, as Veginald would say.
Oh.
He's dedicated.
Yep.
Hey, Vegetable, hey, chap. What's for dinner?
Well, I currently have dinner on the fire. As much as it pains me, as you know, to meet your specific dietary preferences, I have done my best to prepare a meal that I think will satisfy all of you. His eyes look a little haunted. His sort of broccoli eyes look a little haunted. In the process.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
But in his hand, thank you for the donation. But in his hand, he is holding a silver tray, and there is an envelope resting on it. You can see sort of the fancy scrawl of an official courtly invitation, even from where you are standing.
Oh, is it a party?
Why don't you go ahead and see?
Of a sort, yes. Why don't you go and see?
Cecily would just kind of like spring over and like very excitedly open the envelope and just kind of hold it out for the others to read over her shoulder.
Yeah, basically what it says is that on behalf of Queen Charlotte and her court, you are invited to attend the knighting ceremony of the masked heroes known far and wide across the land as the Knights of Green and Gold, whose true identities are a mystery, but of course they will be present for this great privilege and honor that is being bestowed upon them by the crown.
How are they inviting them if they don't know who they are?
Are they sending heralds and proclamations out?
I mean, and the reason I ask is because I feel like if they would, we would have gotten an invitation, wouldn't we?
I mean, we're not telling everyone who we are.
Do you want to roll etiquette?
I will go ahead and roll etiquette, because my first thing is like, well, if we haven't otherwise received an invitation, is this an elaborate ploy to be like, aha, everyone is here, and then they showed up, but they didn't get an invitation, so obviously they have to be one of the families we invited. Ha 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 ha. But let me roll etiquette.
I just want to know how we can be knighted twice if we are already knights.
I did not make that etiquette roll.
All right. Well, that's okay. You don't get anything for failing, but you don't succeed either. Yeah, I don't think you know exactly what the crown's plan is as far as that is concerned. However, I do think that you, Arthur, would know that the title of Knights of Green and Gold is more just a name that the people gave you. That's just what people started calling you, and it seems like the crown is interested in making that formal.
Making it official, putting it on business stamps.
Correct. Well, part of being knighted is, swearing an oath to serve the crown, so... Yeah.
Oh, there is that. There is that whole adhering to Her Majesty's government thing.
This presents a bit of a pickle.
Why? Who are these gold and green knights?
Who indeed?
Neville, sweetie, that's us. So we have to show up twice. But we're
Well,
already there.
we can't be two places at once.
Hence the pickle.
Oh.
Wait,
So
Pickle's here? I didn't realize that they'd shown up from the moon.
Wait, they have?
It's a folly, as you like to say.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I got
Oh, no,
confused.
that's okay.
Betwixt two things.
No, I understand. I'm sorry. It's just I think, speaking their language, like, for the purposes of immersion at home, makes sense, but it does trip me up sometimes.
If you'd like, we could just go back to Lunarian.
No, what? Let's just keep speaking English. Yeah.
Yeah, we should really try.
Yeah, no, immersion. Immersion is the key.
Reginald looks around with wide, hopeful eyes and says, "My sister, Piccolette?"
Oh,
Well, I mean,
Is she here?
why don't we invite her? I mean, the more the merrier, right?
If we would like her to be here, we can ask her.
Well, we did leave her behind on Lunaria, so
that is
If
true.
she's
I
alive.
just feel very rude.
She didn't show up with me, I'll tell you that.
I mean, the horrors that have taken place on Lunaria in your absence, I imagine, are untold and terrible.
The malefactor will pay for their crimes.
That
Yes.
is true.
I know what I will cry
someday.
about for
Though-
my half hour. So
though
this
this-
afternoon.
This does present a problem. Well, herein is the problem. Well, we obviously have to attend in this our legendary guise.
Exactly.
But if we have otherwise not received an invitation in our guise as interplanetary defenders and righters of wrongs, can we appear
Well,
as in those masks? I sense a ploy.
oh, no,
I suspect the ploy is very simply the queen wants to make us promise to do what she says.
yes.
Well, I mean, aren't we? I mean, rest their souls, aren't we? Got another pickle. It seems to arise. If we are also dedicated to
No.
the royalty of the moon,
We can't. Can we swear to do?
Well-
what do we do?
Well, if we're, I think we're actually in the right there, considering that at least to my knowledge, no extant member of the Lunarian royal family is still alive.
Oh,
If we find a living member, of which I sincerely doubt there are any left, given what we all know happened on the moon,
Yeah, I mean-
then I feel like we can resolve that. But as of currently, I believe that our previously extant oaths are essentially dissolved.
Essentially dissolved. And so, perhaps, maybe we show up, and then, it's time for the knighting and whatever. And perhaps our Green Knights to be, they show up first, and they're like, hey, we got here first. And then that way, some of our family is kind of like, okay, or some of us are still
A
here.
distraction.
I see, yeah, indeed. And then we have to switch out. But just take a little bit of stealth, I
it's
think.
true. She can
Faint and riposte. I like it.
She can only do one at a time anyway. So
Well, she might want to do everyone in a group, though, since we fight as a group. But if some of us arrive before the others, then everyone would be focused on the first few to arrive. Then the rest of us could then join them, and no one would notice that we're not there because everyone's looking at the Knights of Green and Gold.
But if for some reason the queen wants us all to pose together for a portrait, we can simply feign that there are innocents in mortal peril somewhere that only we can detect.
Yes.
Could we not
Wow.
hire people to be us while we're at this event?
Mm,
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I know
Aren't
Reginald.
the streets full of people?
Well, then they would know
Um,
why we're hiring them. And then they would know who we are. And wasn't the whole point that people don't know who we are?
Unless we said it was a prank.
But then we'd be in trouble with royalty.
we do.
Reginald speaks up. Reginald speaks up and says, I do think perhaps we do have a few automatons, Lunarian automatons, left lying around in the basement, aside from the ones that you've programmed to pose as your mother and father, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Mother and father.
They haven't
Wonderful.
wandered from their room, have they?
No,
Okay.
they've been quite
Not after the
deactivated.
not after the incident.
No.
I do perhaps worry that the constant being turned off and then being turned down is having some effect on their psyche and
Ooh.
well-being, but perhaps a matter for a different day.
I've been told that they dream, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, Will, that would explain the
Dream
whole
of what?
sleepwalking incident the other week, where they were just wandering around the halls. And we thought it was ghosts. But those don't exist. So,
Also, our house isn't old enough to have ghosts.
It's true. My point being that if you'd like me to slap some fresh coats of skin on some of those automatons so that they look quite like you, I would be more than happy to oblige my lords.
it sounds like a good idea to me. What about the rest of you?
What if we combined our plans? That way, we wouldn't have to fully abandon our social obligations to our flesh automatons, and we could still maneuver and manage any difficulties that arise in shifts.
So some of us, so we split the group, some of us with automatons each. That's what I'm
Yes,
understanding.
correct.
Okay.
Divide and conquer.
Yes. Strategy.
You sound convinced, or
do we have enough spare automatons? Do we have enough spare
Well,
skin?
how many?
Interesting. Someone roll a d6.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't have any right now. I only have the 4s.
A 4.
I know some of you do. 4? I see a 4. All right. Perfect. Yeah, you have enough for 4.
Okay.
Enough skin
okay.
and automaton for 4. Facsimiles. Flash similes? Is that anything?
Flash similes? Yeah,
Flash
you know.
flash symbol?
4 skin is enough skin.
Not
You got the
quite.
family flash and you've got the family flesh.
Yes.
Well,
it's 2 automatons for each group.
It's
right?
true. It's true. 2 automatons for each group. So that leaves us with this one whose absence will have to be explained.
Or one of us simply has to duck out to join the knights, which is very easy to explain away because no one will be noticing. And if one of us just happens to be like, "Oh, I was in the loo," no one's going to ask about that. That's a faux pas.
This is true, and if I may speak plainly, I will just remind my lords and ladies that that Her Majesty's court is not overly fond of Hotspur.
Which is silly. Hotspur's a delight.
Yes, I know. Something about being from the colony, I imagine. But
Well, then they shouldn't have made a colony if they didn't like the colony.
I'm used to being on my own, so need not worry. Not for me. So, it's interesting how her court doesn't like me, but all the lads and ladies seem to like dancing with me. It's so strange. Everybody else seems. It's fine. I'll do it. I'm used to being on my lonesome.
A two-face, and it's a horrible, horrible thing that they do to you, Hotspur.
I agree. So I'll take the hit for the family. But all this talk of slapping flesh on things makes me pretty hungry.
right, yes, dinner, and an involuntary shudder runs down Reginald's spine as he I'll just go plate that.
Shall we go through and I guess tighten up the plan?
It will be good to have proper lunarian fare for the first time in a while, as opposed to having to stomach their human food.
I don't know. I'm growing a bit attached
Taste.
to the tea, but I think it's mostly just the sugar.
Sugar is nice.
Have you seen the little cubes?
They have such a delightful crunch.
Delicious. And the horses like them too. It's fascinating.
I love to have snacks with the horses. The carrots and the sugar cubes. Delightful. So fun.
Their diet is phenomenal.
Love them.
Indeed,
Such
indeed.
hardy animals.
Quite textural across the board.
Neville, what do you think of the plan? Do you think it should be all set?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa grows suspicious. Yeah.
Yes, I have been paying attention, and I think the plan is flawless.
Exactly.
I do have a question for Neville. Has Neville come out in society yet, or have you had like your quinceanera kind of?
Your Regency quinceanera.
You're like
Your debut.
That's what it is.
The debut? I don't think so. I think I've been hiding for the most. Nobody's ready for this.
It'll be so good. We'll get your dancing shoes. If you really want to pack your walking shoes, you can pack your walking shoes, but we recommend your dancing shoes.
I was going to ask, I am fond of my walking shoes, but I've never had to break out the dancing shoes. They're still in the box.
Well, perhaps it's time.
After dinner, why don't you try them out and see how they feel?
Yeah, just
We can all practice. We can all practice with you to get you ready.
Slop that
practice.
down,
Okay.
dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Oh yeah, thank you for the donation.
Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. All right, hell yeah. So, perfect. Yeah, you sit down at your family's large dinner table and are presented with various Lunarian delicacies / horrors by Veginald, and it's delicious. It's reminiscent of of your home as it was before the horror, before the tragedies. And yeah, you solidify your plan. So what I'm hearing is that the plan is that you are going to have some flesh automatons dressed up as your family and some flesh automatons dressed up as the Knights of Green and Gold.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But wait a second. But I'm the only one who like all arrive and then like kind of peace out and then come in as the Knight of Gold. So, or the Gold Ronin,
We should
extraordinary, whatever.
make sure the automatons work correctly once they have been fleshed out.
I don't know. I think
That
we
is
can.
very good.
I don't know. I have trust in Veginald's capabilities. What
I
could go
think
wrong?
A 5 minute
which one- Yeah.
primer was plenty for us. It'll be plenty for the automatons.
I
Well,
think
which two of us are going to be in our knight regalia, and which two of us are going to be human?
Well, my whole shit is based upon the fact that I society well, so I feel like I should just be in my person suit instead of in my Sentai suit. So one of the automatons will have one of the flash similes will have to be myself in my ranger suit.
Cool.
And who wants
And
to be a
then-
person with me?
I'll be a person with you for half the time, but that's it. And
Well, I mean, I suppose I can be a person with you. Unless Neville really wants to. We did talk about you getting to use your dancing shoes.
That's right. If you go as your ranger self, you won't get to dance.
Well,
Neville.
Well, they might ask you to dance after the knighting.
Oh yeah, after the knighting, we can just all put our people suits on. and send the robots home.
Okay.
I regret a lot of things.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What is that? Do you regret? What could you possibly regret about this
What?
conversation?
Hmm. I guess it could be a person.
Okay. Wonderful. I'll go as a knight then.
Okay.
Am I going in my Sentai or my human guys?
Sentai. And then after the
Sentai.
knighting, you can
Who I
switch
will
into your...
swap. Yes, very well.
Yay.
Sounds good.
Big Thunder Ram. We'll see if
Oof.
Ooh,
we
I
get
just
through
had
this
that.
I
stream.
heard
I just
that.
had that
Yeah.
when we were
Yeah.
starting. Lots
say-
of thunder lightning.
I have had no thunder, lots of lightning.
Nothing here.
Yeah,
You are safe.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Oh,
But
it's still here.
all right, cool. Well, that sounds most excellent. So we have a plan in place, and you all tuck into Reginald's delicious food as he sets about crafting the loose skin into perfect replicas of yourselves. Reginald is something of an artist, and they will certainly look like you. They will certainly
Uh-oh.
look like you.
Yay!
Perfect.
Uncanny.
Truly, truly uncanny.
I like how they're slightly warm near the top. He just
Yes.
presses his hand into a finger into a cheek.
Texture.
Yes, they are coal powered. So, well, all right. Well, with your plan in place as you sit down to eat your food and you with the knighting of the Knights of Green and Gold looming on the horizon, I think that's probably a good place for us to take our break.
Okay.
And then when we get back, we will jump ahead slightly and get to the ceremony and the ensuing ball.
All right.
It's got to be a ball.
Party.
The party.
Okay.
So go away. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you real soon. Let's return. We have returned.
Back at it, are we? Causes you so much joy.
It's just so fun.
It does.
I was in Australia for about 3 weeks, and the it's very contagious. It's very easy to like get the accent. But I since lost it, so I started listening to Australian podcasts. So it works. They're like, another podcast like how to speak Australian, and they're like, if it sounds like it, you're speaking Cockney, like Cockney-esque, it's because a lot of people from there moved there. So
Moved.
well, some of them moved, and some of them didn't move. Some of them
moved, and some of
went
them
for
were
the
moved.
vibe. I don't know. So
Some of them were removed, even. Well, time passes a little bit for the family flash, and you arrive at the long processional to Windsor Castle. We'll say like about a week later. That seems reasonable to me. And you start making your way up the processional. There are lots of people standing by, watching, oohing and awing at your garb, your outfits. Sorry, Steph had this like really appalled expression on her face and then disappeared in the chat. It just says BRB cat in the sink.
Bastard behavior.
I've been there, you know. So I've been the person looking at the cat in the sink, and I've also been in the sink. So like I get it, you know. I get it. All right, cool. So yeah, the rest of you start making your way up the path, up the walk towards the castle. People oohing and awing over you. You get announced as you arrive. Who's going? I know Arthur's going to be there in person as Arthur, and I think Neville's going to be there as Neville, and Hotspur, you're showing up as Hotspur at first, and then you have the two automatons with you.
Yes.
Or are you okay? Cool.
So
'Cause you could-
automaton, Cecily.
You
We know what we
I was-
could do, but this is funnier, Will.
Okay, I was gonna say you could bring one automaton as a person, and then just have the full Knights of Gold, Green and Gold team with the other three. But
This is funnier.
you're correct. It is funnier, objectively.
Mhm.
So you have Robot Cecily with you,
and
okay.
and robot Athelstane.
right? Okay, cool. And yes, it is fully uncanny, the work that Veginold has done on them. I think also accompanying you are your parents, who just appear likewise very well dressed, even finer dressed than you are. Very just distinguished old man and slightly younger lady of station in the 1800s. Whatever comes to your mind when I say those words is correct. And they are walking just a little bit ahead of you, as befits a family such as yours. Every so often, somebody steps forward to shake their hand. I think on like the most notable moment that you observe is you see a man very like wearing a waistcoat and a monocle, and he's a little bit on the heavier side, kind of short. Very much kind of giving like Winston Churchill vibes, like approaches your father, quote unquote, who I guess will need a name.
Edgar.
What's that?
Edgar.
Edgar Flash. Yes, I love that. Will approach your father, Edgar Flash, and like extend a hand for the friendly handshake. And as you see Robot Edgar take his hand, you see the man's like eyes start to grow wide with the force of the grip that Edgar is clearly exerting. Do any of you want to do anything about that?
Yeah, I think being the premier role, I'm very well studied in etiquette and behavior and all that shit, and I'm like, oh, that's not right.
You do know that it is against Earth custom to break someone's hands.
Yep.
Yes.
And so I think I will step up and like put my hand on father's elbow on his arm and kind of pull slightly aside and be like, we must continue on, father. We have to get Mother and Cecily out of the sun.
Yes, of course, you're right, daughter. I was just so pleased to meet this fine gentleman here.
Oof.
So Hopper is like in the back grinding his teeth. He's like, do something.
You also need to get out of the sun, father. It is clear it is going straight to your head. You need to sit down and you need to have a glass of lemonade, I think. Please excuse us, sir. We must get our parents out of the sun. They are not they are not accustomed to these long days any longer.
Arthur, why don't you roll etiquette?
Sure. Let us pray. That's a 2, so that's a success.
Okay. Yes, that is a success. Okay, so the Duke, we'll say he's a Duke, looks a little like his eyebrows furrow a little bit and he looks a little concerned, but he says, yes, a young man, you'd better get your father out of the sun. He seems quite unwell.
He is overheating, as I'm sure you noticed from his touch. He's very warm.
Impressive grip, though.
Healthy.
Yes. And you start pushing your robot father away. Similarly, you look over as you're doing this, and Neville and Hotspur, you would probably also notice that what do we think Lady Flash's name is?
I was thinking Philomena.
Philomena, love that. Lady Philomena Flash. is just kind of like staring at the wall of the castle and kind of just like gently walking into it over and over again.
Oh my.
I'll
You
go
can,
over there.
you can take this one if you wish.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm gonna go over there though. I'm just gonna stand next to her by the wall, stare at the wall for 5 seconds, and then I realize that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Incredible.
Like, I'm gonna grab.
I think
her,
there's
like,
just there's just this moment of silence as you're both standing there staring at the wall, and then unprompted, she says in this kind of like slightly robot tinged voice, "I fought in the Moon War, you know."
Oh, get her out of there.
Mama.
Yes, Mama, the Moon Wars.
Knew we shouldn't have recycled the murder drones.
I'm gonna grab her hand and do that thing where you just tap the top of it. Yes, Mama, the Moon Wars. Tell me more about the Moon Wars. Why don't we do that over here next to Father? The rest of them. So, bring her.
You walk over and Edgar is like, "Philomena, are you talking about the Moon Wars again?" Amazing. You have drawn attention to yourselves, but it's what the Family Flash is famous for. So nobody spends too long thinking about it. Everybody just kind of looks at you and takes all that in, and then like shakes their head and goes back to whatever they were doing. But as you approach the gates of Windsor Castle and enter into the ceremony proper,
grip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you for the donation. We really appreciate it so much. We're at $55 until our goal, gang.
Yeah.
Making good time. We appreciate it so much. All right, awesome. As you approach the gates of Windsor Castle and the celebrations that lay beyond, you hear the trumpet sound and the caller say, presenting Lord Edgar Flash, Lady Philomena Flash, and their children, the Family Flash. And similarly, you get reactions of mixed from like people sort of looking curiously like, who are you? And then lots of other people that are just sort of either like kind of actively concerned or scandalized or just a little like rolling their eyes at you.
I think
you enter.
Yeah, as I say, I think Arthur is escorting Cecily down to make sure that Robot Cecily gets down the stairs correctly.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely gonna follow the base of the stairs and get back up again.
100%. The music stops despite the fact that it's
grip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you so much for the donation. Yes, despite the fact that the music is being played by like chamber musicians, there is like a record scratch, Neville, as you fall at the bottom of the stairs, and everybody looks over at you in complete silence. But then you get right back up, and you are good to go. I think probably robot. I need the thing to change. Athelstane helps you up, but it's like you just fully get like lifted up off of your feet by like your arm. Yes, just like, and then like set back down.
I think Hotspur is just kind of like, he doesn't always itch for a fight, but he's looking around just to make sure like nobody's like being too like cruel, like in whispering or whatever. Like he's used to the normal whispering, but he's just like trying to catch anybody's eye that might be because this also might be a reason to exit. So.
I think that's very fun. And I think that's very fun. So I mentioned during our session 0 before we played that this is kind of split into 2 different sections. We have the social rendezvous, and then we have the combat rendezvous. This is very much the social rendezvous, as you might have been able to interpret, which doesn't mean that there can't be any conflict or combat during this, but it is not the like monster fighting portion of it. However, I also came up with a bunch of NPCs and decided that however many of them showed up at this and got descriptions and things would depend on the donations that we got. We have gotten many donations. So I think we have actively unlocked many of these NPCs that I created. So, sorry, go ahead, Hotspur.
Oh, I said very exciting.
Very, very exciting. So, you, I think, would hear as Neville falls and then is lifted back to their feet, a sharp, sort of like sarcastic laugh from over by like the refreshments table. And they're wearing this like very obnoxious sort of white and gold outfit that I imagine contrasts with Hotspur's black and gold outfit. There is an almost handsome man of a similar age. Everything is correct, like the haircut is correct, the outfit is correct, all of that is correct, and yet he's just not quite there yet. And I think you would recognize this individual as Alric Perseph.
Oh my gosh. Persephone?
Yeah, just fucking rip it, baby.
Persephone
Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah,
Exactly.
dude.
With
No
an
life without him. So
with an FTH. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, so Alric Perseph, he is the son of a lord, probably a neighboring lord to your family, so you've had run-ins with him before. And he sucks. Literally in my notes, it says son of lord, comma, sucks.
So he's beneath our station, actually, a little bit.
Yeah, well, sort of. You're both sons of lords. Yeah.
All right.
But yes. Yeah, he's a dick, and you can fight him if you want to. He's laughing at Neville. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just
exactly.
It goes down
baby.
to like
that down,
he's
dude.
almost the first one there to help
dude,
Neville,
crack
but like
one for the big boy.
they get picked up very handily by one of our Robotrons. So like when I hear the sharp laugh, he's like, I like come down the stairs, like, you know, almost swoop in, just continue to walk over to the refreshment table without like missing a step. And he says, Ulrich, seems like you never do stop laughing at ladies, do you? It's right impolite, I think. I think any of the boys here, any of the men, certainly people of good station would probably agree. Am I right, boys? And like he tries to get like anybody around there behind him.
Okay.
Unless they're afraid of him too.
That's an interesting question. I think that's going to be another etiquette roll.
Okay. Not terrible at it. Oh, a 2.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
then
just
yes,
fucking rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude.
We'll get through this.
Yeah, dude, crack one for the big boy.
It's always like normally the donations are like far apart that it doesn't affect anything, but then when they happen like in a row like this, I'm like, why did we make this so long? Thank you so much.
Thanks,
And
Will's
by we, I mean
mom.
me. Yes,
Thanks,
Mom.
my mom.
We're so close to getting 5 more rivals.
No, I don't. We have gotten more donations than I came up with NPCs. I will tell you that much right now. I wasn't sure how much we were
Gotta
gonna
hit the
get.
chalice, baby.
Yeah, but
Bring us your little
yes.
weirdos.
You succeed, and sure enough, there are a lot of sort of indignant, like ruff, 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 noises from the assemblage around you, and Ulrich sort of like shrinks a little bit and says, I was laughing at something completely unrelated.
Yeah. And like I come up like a little bit closer and like, care to share with the rest of us what
I
you
was
might
thinking
be
of
laughing at?
I was thinking of a funny joke that I heard this morning.
Oh, please tell it. I love a good laugh. I want to hear a funny story, don't you? He tries to like get through it.
Well, I suppose that I could, but... And he's getting very flustered as he says, but well, you'd never understand anyway. And then he, like, kind of storms off.
All right. I'm like, to get out of here. I thought he was going to fight me. So like he was just like, well, wait a second. He's like, you're not doing what you're supposed to. So he's like, I start quickly walking after him. And
Sure.
I looked at the family and I'd like go like wink. So I try to follow him, and I guess I try to decide whether or not like maybe I should just take off right now.
That's up to you. He's clearly like not. I mean, he's not much of a fighter. If you were to like challenge him to a duel or something publicly, he would probably have no choice but to take you up on it, because otherwise he would look like a fool and a coward, which he is. But like he doesn't want to look like one.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with Alric, is that he will back down unless you give him no other option.
Okay. So I kind of follow him. If he moves faster, I move faster, and then like I let him just kind of like sprint, and then I like try to find like a door out of here where nobody in the front yard will see me like leaving. So I don't know if we like, touch our kerchiefs and like beam up Mega Man style to a place and then like come back to a place. I don't know if we do that, but
I think that's very fun. I love that idea.
Cool.
Yeah, you find ye old broom closet, and you absolutely. You walk in, and then just very casually, the gold knight of green and gold just steps out.
Excellent.
Very cool. Yeah. So you are on the scene. As for the rest of you, what are you doing? Are the other knights showing up at this point, or are you kind of saving it for the end and make a big showy entrance?
I was kind of assuming we were gonna like hang out and like wait for like us to be like announced, basically.
Sure. I mean, you're going to be announced when you show up, because they don't know that you're coming.
Gotcha.
They're just
okay.
like,
I assumed there was going to be like a ceremony that was going to begin, basically. Okay.
I think it's probably safe for you to assume that the ceremony probably starts when you show up, and they're just assuming that you're going to show up.
Okay. Well, I guess then. Okay. So it's So Cecily, you're with me with the Automaton Knights, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Hotspur's on his way right now.
So do we want to wait for Hotspur? Do we think we should just go?
How long does it take him to circle around? Maybe he can like slide in while we're like walking to the door.
What if we just like do like just like a slow roll step?
Slow roll, yes.
Slow
and
roll step.
Slowly, elegantly.
I will also put forth that if at any point during either of these interactions, Julia or Eli, you want to play Robot Arthur or Neville, feel free to jump in and do that. Likewise, likewise, Athelstane and Cecily, feel free to jump in and be Robot Athelstane and Cecily during the regular interactions.
I have to be staring at a wall. I have to be staring at a wall somewhere. Robot me.
See, I'm picturing that somewhere like Robot Athelstane is in a group of people, and someone delivers a punchline to a joke. Everybody starts harumping and laughing, and he, after just a long moment, after it is way too late, just goes.
Laughs too late. Laughs too late and too long.
And then just immediately returns to neutral.
Right. And one of that, like just the sort of a side comment, like typical Flash behavior. Am I right?
Yeah, since Arthur was putting Cecily out of the sun with the parents, Cecily's probably standing by her mother, just fanning her, but it's fanning way too fast.
Right. Just creating a gust of wind.
Yeah, just like mother, let's cool down.
Very good.
If you get too close, you can hear that gear grinding in the wrist joint.
Maybe it's like rotating fully. and creating a cone of wind.
Just like spinning the fan like this, but it's just the wrist.
Oh my god.
So are you collecting Robot Neville and Robot Arthur? And...
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Okay, very cool.
Robot Arthur is trying to get the ball on the cup, and they're not. Just like...
I think Athelstane will at some point just kind of catch it, and just kind of set it in the cup and be like, "It's time to go."
Oh.
Amazing. Incredible.
Robots are funny.
It's true. Hotspur, you rush out. You kind of like make your way from inside the party out to the outside of the castle walls, where you've kind of collected yourselves to fully embody the knights before you enter. And you rush around the corner and you see these antics. And I think you know that you are free to enter whenever you want.
Huh.
Didn't mean to be late.
No, you're fine. Just guides Neville away from the wall. Perfect timing.
Very good. I suppose I'll just bring up the rear like I typically do. It's fine.
Yeah, you can make sure they don't get distracted.
Like at that moment, like we're talking right here, and like both of them start moving, and you and I both lunge for both.
Neville Robot is gonna trip over itself and fall on the ground, and then pop back up immediately.
They trip over themselves, fall down, but their legs just kind of keep going and just like pick themselves back up in an accidental forward somersault.
Yeah, the hips just keep
rotating. Just keep going. It just keeps going.
Just don't stop.
Perhaps one of us should link arms with Neville.
link arms, just like that'll help.
I mean, the funny part is that the Robot Neville's programming is not that far off. So far, Robot Neville has done all the same things that Neville has done.
The frightening thing is at the end of this, we're going to be like, which one really is Neville?
Real Neville's just locked in the basement, like.
He's just like, I'm not keeping for a while.
Hey guys,
I actually do want to dance.
I brought my dancing shoes down here, guys.
Amazing. Okay, so you are entering with your robotic brethren, fully leashed, and I think that the second you kind of come around the corner of the castle, or I feel like you'd probably like appear in multicolored bursts of smoke because Sentai. At the entranceway of the castle, like immediately there are just collective gasps, and people just start murmuring to themselves and muttering to themselves. Nobody feels like, it doesn't feel like anybody's bold enough to approach you, but all the eyes are on you and staring at you. You start walking down the processional. Suddenly you are the most the biggest attraction here. You do some waves, you do some Sentai poses, and as you approach the entrance to the castle, the crier who is standing there like turns to look at you all and sees you standing there, and then begins to stutter and say, welcome, of course, to Windsor Castle and the ceremony. Her Majesty will be very pleased that you're in attendance. Would you like to be introduced, and how would you like to be introduced if so?
All right. We didn't plan for secondary names, did we? Or
I think Athelstane will just reply, the agile interplanetary hussar dandelion tyrannosaurus will suffice.
Yes, and for myself, extraordinary interplanetary Ronin Gold Sabertooth is just fine.
Perhaps, perhaps I could announce all of you collectively as the
Yes.
Knights of Green and Gold.
Yes,
That
it
is
is
sufficient.
a bit of a mouthful, our titles.
I think that works.
Right.
That'll do.
Not quite a faux pas, I suppose.
Is she the ball and cup again?
So, maybe do that now. I don't know. So,
Right. No. Yes. Of course. I'm sorry. It's just I'm really such a an enthusiast, such a fan. But I will, yes. And so he turns back into the party and takes one step and then announces at the top of his voice with it cracking a little bit at the beginning, presenting the Knights of Green and Gold. And yeah, the music, it's clear that instructions were given for your arrival with the assumption that you would be showing up. The music changes, the atmosphere changes slightly. I think like the decorations of the inner castle at this moment, these like banners unfurl from the walls and sort of come cascading down, alternating green and gold. And yeah, basically like all eyes are on you as you enter. I think you even get some applause, some polite applause as you walk in. And yeah, people aren't really sure what to do, but if you want to try to engage them in conversation, you are able to, or you can just, I don't know, do whatever.
I think over by probably the refreshment table where real Arthur and Neville are standing as we clap for our siblings and ourselves entering. I'm gonna say, Her Majesty spent real money on this.
Yeah, they really look just like us.
Oh my gosh. I think yeah, probably the gold saber tooth like speaks up and it's just like so are we having a party or what? And it's like where's the champagne, where's the lemonade, which one should I drink first?
And there's polite laughter at your joke. People that kind of breaks the tension of the room. People start going back to their conversations, such as they were. And Neville, I think you hear this kind of from off to one side, real Neville, for the record. So this moment, you are excuse me, at this moment you're standing by the table, so I'm trying to remember which robots might be present so that people can participate if they want to. I think that's Athelstane and Cecily, our robot Athelstane and Cecily are kind of nearby to you and real Arthur. This is very difficult to keep straight. When you hear this very sort of like low and like sultry feminine voice that speaks up next to you and says, I don't believe I've ever seen you at a function like this, have I? And you look over and you see a woman standing there. She is on the taller side for sure, probably about 6 feet tall, and she is wearing this kind of like midnight blue outfit that is not quite like a ball gown. It's sort of like kind of a ball gown around the like leg area. I'm not a fashion person, so I'm doing my best here, fighting for my life.
Called a mermaid.
Sure, that, yes. And then it kind of like it's also sort of like combines into like another sort of midnight blue like petticoat affair over that. Yes, is the answer to your question. And then she's kind of wearing this like tricorn hat, but like with a kind of like a cheeky, almost like domino mask part underneath it, around her face. And there is a crest on the breast of the petticoat, the midnight blue petticoat, that looks like kind of like four roads intersecting.
Did that last?
Sorry, there's like red hair cascading out from under the tricorn hat.
I like half spin around. I don't get let out of the basement often, so this is my first time here at court. I'm Flash. No, I'm Neville. Hi. Who are you?
And she will hold out one like long gloved hand towards you.
Grab both hands. Grab the hand with both of my hands.
Just very
like
gingerly.
Yes.
Amazing. And she says, Lady Moxley, but I suppose since we're being informal, Neville, you can call me Molly.
Molly. I will put that right here.
Would you like to roll etiquette? Anyone who's present can roll etiquette.
Hell yeah, I'll roll etiquette. What are the etiquette numbers?
2 and 3, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I succeeded.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Somehow, Neville, you have heard of Lady Molly Moxley. She inherited her title, but it did not come. Her family fell on hard times and lost all of their like lands, but retained their titles. So she is a lady, but she doesn't have like an estate, and there's not really any money behind that to speak of. However, she does, it's kind of an open, well-known secret, even though she hasn't been caught yet, that she is kind of a highway woman. And that she kind of has like a Robin Hood thing going on where she robs wealthy like lords and ladies as they're sort of traveling across the countryside, and then, you know, keeps some of it for herself, but also distributes it among other people. So what are you doing in the basement?
I think Hotspur would be upset if I told anybody what we do in the basement.
But surely, just a secret between friends.
Oh, we're friends? Oh, cool. I didn't realize that was how quick friendships became.
Sometimes when there's a connection.
Yeah. Well, Neville just like trails off. It's just like a deep contemplated thought.
Well, it's just that I'm so curious. They say so many, they tell so many stories about the family Flash.
Oh, like what?
I've heard some deeply outlandish tales. I've heard some range from the feasible but unlikely to the outright outlandish. I've heard equal tell. I've heard equal tell that your family came to the island from some distant shore with the full wealth of a kingdom, and that is kept under tight lock and key under your estate. And then I've also heard tell that your family fell to earth from the stars. But of course, that's ludicrous.
Oh, I mean, that would be quite a story. I mean, I don't even think you could reach the moon if you really wanted to, let alone fall from the stars. So
I didn't say anything about the moon, Neville.
yeah. But if you're talking about stars, you're talking about the moon too, no?
Is the moon a star?
I thought so.
Could be. Who are
I
we to
think I
know?
read it in a paper one. What about you? Do you have a basement?
I do. Would you like to see it?
Sure. Sure. Right now? Is that what you do at these kind of parties?
I'm afraid that we would have to travel a little bit to get to my basement. But
That's okay. I just got to tell Arthur where I'm going and it should be fine.
well, I mean, if your family wouldn't mind me stealing you away, who might argue?
Okay, give me like 5 seconds. I'll be right back. And I'll run right over to Arthur. Hey, Arthur. I'm gonna trip on the way there. And then I'm gonna get up and walk to Arthur.
Notably leaving, I just want to put this out into the world, notably leaving Lady Moxley by Robot Cecily and Robot Athelstane.
Yep. Yeah,
potentially.
I think Robot Athelstane is has been hovering around the outside of a conversation of a bunch of gentlemen who are debating, an issue of the day, something to do with like the penitentiary system on the island, and he just goes, yes, no, I agree fully, but truly there is no penance that is equal to the malefactor's numerous sins.
And very shortly after that, that's when Arthur appears. It's like,
slams an entire glass of champagne.
There you are. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I need to have a conversation quickly with my cousin's cousin, which is to say my brother. Over here.
Okay. And Neville, you find Arthur trying to wrestle automaton Athelstane away from talking to people.
Arthur. Arthur.
Yes, Neville. Yes. Did you have some of the lemonade?
No. Is it good?
Yes, I sent you over to the table to have some of the lemonade. Did you not? What did you do over there?
Somebody told me that I should go hang out in their basement. Can I go? That nice lady over there. I just like blatantly like turn over.
Just gives you a little wave. Hang out in the basement. Can I go?
Neville, darling, we don't point. They don't like it when you point.
Well, how do we identify people? They're out in the crowds. I want to tell you who exactly this person who told me to go. And I start pointing again to the. They asked me what I do in my basement.
Robot Athelstane chimes in. Their humans do all look the same.
Yeah, this lady asked me what we do in our basement, and then I told them that Hotspur would be mad if I told them about the basement. But then they were like, "I have a basement," and I was like, "Cool, can I go see your basement?" And they were like, "Hell yeah!"
Well,
that's what happened.
Can I go? Is that okay? That's what happens like these things, right? You leave.
Generally you don't leave until. Generally, you don't leave the party so soon, unless you are like Hotspur and you get into a fight, and then you have to leave, or else they're going to try to arrest you.
So I gotta fight her.
Well, if you fight her, she might not want to take you to her basement. Did she say why?
No, she just said that there would be something fun down in the basement.
The basement or her basement? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me real quick. Was it a euphemism, Neville?
What's a euphemism?
Oh my god. A euphemism?
I mean, if a euphemism is saying that she specifically said her basement, then yes, this is a euphemism for sure. She explicitly invited me to her basement.
Her basement. All right, well, maybe not in the middle of the party.
Okay, so I tell her that I'll go with her after the party to her basement.
After would be more appropriate.
Okay, cool.
For now, you should, for now, you should stay and help me watch over mother
Can I
and
go?
father.
Can I go? Yeah. I can do.
Yeah,
I could
you
totally.
can.
do
You
that.
can.
Can I go run over there and tell her like I will like
You
I'll
may.
kind of hang out with her at her basement like later?
Yes, you may do that. You may even stay with her for part of the evening. You should bring her a glass of lemonade. I'm going to go get our dear sister Cecily, before she sticks her hand in that punch bowl.
Right. So I'll tell her and then give her a glass of lemonade. Okay, got it. Runs off, trips and falls, and then goes goes and gets
The
lemonade.
fan is spinning dangerously close to the punch bowl.
As Arthur collects Robot Cecily, I'm going to say, dear sister, I do believe Neville has found their first caller.
A caller! How lovely! Oh, she's lovely. Stops blinking.
Yeah, what is Robot Cecily up to?
Well, Robot Cecily had been fanning her mother into oblivion and had been moving on to fan the punch bowl into oblivion, and now is completely distracted by the 6-foot-tall woman in a domino mask in blue, because they are programmed to try to be similar to their lunar counterparts. So she has stopped blinking and is looking quite flustered at this woman. Is just like, oh, Neville's so lucky. How did he do? Did he flirt?
I told Neville to bring her a glass of lemonade, so we shall see.
Not
but
champagne?
I think.
Oh, yes, it's Neville. Lemonade. Lemonade. Lemonade.
Extremely. All right. Neville, you bring lemonade, I assume, over to Lady Moxley. And you're apologizing and saying that maybe later?
I was told that I can't go. It would be what was the word? A faux pas if I left so early from this party. So we could totally go to your basement later. Here's a lemonade.
She will reach out to take it, and she will kind of put a hand on your shoulder and lean in very close. We'll say,
I'm gonna like
looking
my
forward
neck
to
back.
it. You tilt your head away from her.
Yeah, like just like a flamingo, just like back. I'm not used to people with my face like that.
And she says, I'm looking forward to it. Neville, I do need you to make one more etiquette roll.
Oh yeah.
You failed. Okay, great. Love that so much. All right, cool. Well, yeah, you give her the lemonade, and she tries to lean in and whisper hot things to you, and you move your head back. And then yeah, you can rejoin your family. Amazing. Real Cecily and real Athelstane, and real Hotspur. You were also with the rest of the Sentai family at this moment. As you were kind of moving about and like kind of mingling, there aren't a lot of people that are willing to approach you and engage you in conversation. But I think as you are stepping closer, as you are walking over towards probably making your way up to like the dais where the actual knighting is going to take place, presumably because of the big, fancy queen's throne that is located there. A small form blocks your path, Athelstane. And I think I'm sort of picturing, because I know Athelstane, I'm sort of picturing you sort of like in the front because you have the two robots with you, and Hotspur specifically said that he would sort of be in the back. So yeah, you see this small form sort of move in, and you give them a better once over, and they appear to be fairly young girl with this sort of like chalk white skin and just a large, very sort of complicated hairdo of like midnight black. Their dress that they are wearing to this affair, their gown, because this one is like a very full gown, is like kind of there's a lot of lace, there's a lot of corseting, there's a lot of black. Whatever, Julia. Whatever.
We are literally in the only historically fashion appropriate time period for there not to be visible corseting, my god.
It makes sense that this is a little old fashioned. It makes sense. And then, yes, so chalk white skin. She has these kind of like dark circles around her eyes, though, and she has a very red lip color. You don't know if it's makeup or what. But yeah, she sort of like just steps in front of you and holds out a hand, like wrist up, as if for you to do the proper things.
And Athelstane is at least well versed enough that he will take the hand and sort of bow the helmet in the general direction as if to kiss, sort of mimes a kiss with the helmet.
Absolutely. And she says, with a kind of a strange accent, it is an honor to meet you, Sir Knight.
And it is an honor to meet you, milady.
Princess, actually.
Princess. From what polity do you reign?
A far off country that you've probably never heard of. Do you want to roll etiquette?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and roll etiquette.
Cool.
Because seriously, Athelstane's like, I feel like this is a ploy because everything's a ploy to Athelstane. But also he's like, you probably never heard of an Athelstane's like, that is probably actually true though. I do not know these earth polities.
He's like, no, you so right.
You so right though.
You so right.
No.
All
Nope.
Athelstane knows is folly, ploy, and lie.
And he said, any Sentai born after 1805 can only folly, ploy, and lie.
I feel like that's what he shouts all three of them when the fight is not going well.
Yeah, she is kind of waiting expectantly, and then I think she recognizes your like pause and says, "Oh, you don't know who I am, do you?"
I'm afraid I have not had the pleasure, no.
Princess Bloodred. Princess Fungustasia Bloodred.
Does this ring a bell to Athelstane at all, or was that the purpose of the etiquette roll?
That was the purpose of the etiquette roll.
Even with the incredibly obvious name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, yep, no. Anyway. And from what polity do you hail?
As I said, you've probably never heard of it. If you haven't heard of me, then you certainly haven't heard of the country over which I reign.
I am always looking to become more worldly. Please enlighten me.
All right, well, I'll take suggestions. I didn't name it.
Nighttime land? What is it?
Effectively, yes, that is the vibe. If I think of one, we can insert it here. But
Nocturnia.
Nocturnia is good. I like Nocturnia. Nocturnia, yes. The Kingdom of Nocturnia.
Sounds ominous.
That is my domain. It's a lovely place. You should see it.
Perhaps someday I will have the pleasure, but until then, I'm afraid I am needed elsewhere.
Well, I suppose, yes, we are here for your family's knighting ceremony. However...
My family? I'm not sure I know what you mean.
You
mean my comrades.
Well, yes, of course, your comrades. Sorry, the words where I come from, family, comrade, very similar. However, I was hoping to perhaps bend your ear for a moment about the benefits of perhaps not aligning yourself with this particular monarch. Perhaps someone who could better help you achieve your goals.
Well, it is a late hour indeed for such considerations, but I promise you, give it thought.
I mean, I wasn't certain that I would even have the chance to speak with you. I wasn't certain you would show up. But I took the risk. I traveled all the way here just to speak to you.
The risk, you say, is your life in danger. Are you beset by brigands?
Constantly. Nocturnia is a complicated place, and one could always use more protection.
Mm,
Well, as I said, I will give consideration to your proposal. Until then, I'm afraid I must be going.
Well, then, I suppose...
It has been a rare pleasure, Princess.
I suppose that I will let you go. However, perhaps consider you may be better off serving a monarch who knows something of the horrors that you've seen. Just how awful the war really was. Then she kind of reaches out and just like puts a hand out again for you to like do the little kissy thing again.
Yeah, bonk, yeah,
And says, consider it.
Oh, sorry, almost caught you on the way back up. Oh, sorry, not allowed peripheral vision in this thing,
She says, consider it, and then she like starts to move off. Hotspur, do you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say I think that the Sabertooth Knight is probably just scanning because we've saved tons of people here. That's why we're being honored. So he's looking for familiar faces from like saving people, like in order to like, oh okay, I know you. Because a strange night moth tried to attack you and your family, and your house came to life and fused with it, but no one was hurt in the end. Something to that effect.
Remember that time when, for no good reason, your cow just like stood up on its back legs and started punching?
What?
When all your livestock started throwing hands.
We were there to deal with that.
Thrown hooves.
In fact, there is a familiar face that you spot from across the hall. Although you are currently in your this is not a face that you necessarily recognize from rescuing them. Although I do think you did do that. It's up to you if they know your secret or not. But you recognize the face of the man who brought you here to England from the land where you crashed to Earth, mistakenly. His name is Morris Borison.
Really super. I love it.
Morris Borison. He is an explorer and an adventurer. Does a lot of like sea travel back and forth, bringing curiosities from around the world to the kingdom and other places. But he is from Australia, and that is where that's how you got from Australia to here.
I think he knows my secret. I don't know. Sense. I don't think he's told his family, but he's a Ronin, and he was very lonely.
Yeah,
and he may have saved. Wait a second, Morris Borison's life, like in Australia or something like that. Like he may have been beset by kangaroos that like punch punched like humans and not like animals.
Right.
They
move
can just
around.
actually do that.
They do,
They
they
can.
do. But like
They do.
in this, he was like this. These aren't natural kangays. So that was what Morris said, not Hotspur.
Obviously.
So yeah, maybe he saved him from like some wildlife or something like that.
Yeah, I think that makes a tremendous amount of
Transformed
sense.
or clockwork
Yeah.
or something.
Morris definitely has a proclivity for like monster hunting in a very sort of King Kong way, where he will sometimes like capture them and transport them to various places. And sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I think so the Gold Knight, the Ronin Gold Knight, kind of like recognizes, like kind of tilts a helmet to him because he would recognize him, and this wouldn't be strange, but he like kind of like saunters over with a glass of champagne. I don't know if there's like an opening or anything, or if it goes through like a filter or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't have to ask questions.
We don't have to ask questions, but like it's half drunk, so he's like, and he's just like, do our voices change when we are in our different guy? It doesn't matter. So he just goes, he's just like, well, my eyes do deceive me if it isn't Morris Borison.
No, your eyes don't deceive you. It is Morris Borison. Hello.
Oh, it's good to see, mate. It's good to see someone from who also adventures.
Am I allowed to say hello to you? Are we allowed to have this conversation right now?
Oh no, please. Like anybody
You
who
wouldn't want to give away your secret. Wink, wink.
Oh, okay. He like quickly looks around and makes sure nobody heard that. But he's just like, secret being that I do like some champagne. He says loudly.
Right.
I hope you've been. I haven't seen you in months.
I mean, it's been busy. There's been a lot of new curiosities popping up around the world ever since, everything started to like crash down from up there. He kind of like hooks a thumb up towards the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Been finding all kinds of strange things and selling them off, and been a bit of a crazy time.
I hope you haven't been getting into any sort of trouble, like any of the curios that you picked up. Probably haven't come alive and tried to kill you like they have before.
No, you know me. You know me, plenty of trouble, but nothing I can't handle, nothing I can't get my way out of. You should see the beauty that I brought here for Her Majesty, though. I'll tell you what, and you will later. But it's going to be quite a show. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Very good. So long as it's like safe.
It's not. It's not safe. It's the opposite of safe. But
I ask you every time, and you never answer safe.
Well, because it's not, frankly. But as long as people are paying, I'm selling.
All right. Well, it's good to know that you're in the Queen's employ.
Occasionally I'm in anyone's employ, right? You know how it is.
True. Well, it's good to see a friendly face.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Honestly, I feel a lot better knowing that you're here with everybody else, because, like I said, not safe at all.
Not safe at all. Oh, well. No. I mean,
I was actually thinking about leaving early, but I might stick around now.
Oh well. He's like, I think the interior of the visor is like this. This sounds like danger. Like inferring danger. He says, you might do that. Well, it sounds like it's not safe, so I'll also stick around too. But I do. He just kind of like leans on, like, does like like the whatever kind of comrade kind of handshake, and he kind of like leans in and he's like, I do want to thank you for reuniting me with mine.
Oh, you don't got to thank me. You've saved my life plenty of times. I might do it again later tonight, so I think that makes us more than even.
There's an audible blink blink behind the visor. He says, I don't ever want you to change. But
I haven't yet.
I'd love to see you with some children someday and see if that changes you.
I mean, we'll see, I guess. Who knows where the wind's going to take me? Who knows what's going to happen next? Who knows how long I got left? Am I right? But look, listen, Hotspur, have you ever, I'm sorry, gold, saber-tooth, extra sensory,
Close
you
enough.
yeah, that.
More than most people would.
Well, I take pride in it. If you ever need a job, you ever want a job, obviously, all you got to do is ask. You want to leave all this behind and hit the seas, hit the open seas again. Life of danger and adventure and almost certain death. It's out there waiting for you.
You're a morbid sort, and I don't hate you for it. So, like, comrade class. I'm sure raises some eyebrows around.
Yes,
like,
definitely.
Who knows him? He's just like, stick around then.
I'll be here all night, probably.
Right. Let me consider. She sounds. I hear her call in sometimes, so thank you so much for reminding me.
Of course. Okay. Well, you leave Morris to sip at his champagne, and you are able to kind of move on. I think at this point you would all notice, because peek behind the curtain. That's all the weird NPCs I made for this game. You unlocked them all and then some. Congratulations. But yeah, you hear the music start to shift and change, and it becomes more fanfare. People seem to know what it means because they start to gather and sort of like as a unit head towards the dais and the throne, and you see Her Royal Majesty step out with accompanied by guards, of course. The music swells, and you are clearly, there's like a space kept clear in front of the dais, like a couple steps down, big enough for the Knights of Green and Gold to gather. I assume you do so.
I'm bringing our mother and father and Robot Athelstane and Cecily with us, and I'm like, Neville, yeah, offer your arm to your lady friend.
Oh yeah, do you want my arm?
She sorry, you got me off guard. Yeah, she actually will absolutely take your arm, and she will say, wow, thank you so much. I feel just so much safer with you here.
I'm glad you feel that way.
You're not making this easy for her, and I respect that.
Gotta keep wanting more.
Right, exactly. 100%.
Love it.
As the fanfare starts to die down, Her Majesty stands from the chair and raises one arm in a very sort of dramatic gesture and says, Knights of Green and Gold, please present yourselves. And then she kind of like looks down at your assembled self, and like somebody like leans in. One of the crier from like the front kind of like leans into you as a group and says, she wants to know who's going first.
I think I push. I think I push Yeah, Arthur first.
Robot Arthur with their little cup takes a step up onto the dais at the nudge.
Realizes his mistake. He's like, ugh.
It's too late though.
I think Robot Arthur does, when presented with like this big show, I think that is kind of like distracting enough that they just hold it at their side, kind of like not at the ready, because the ball is not in the cup and it's like down by my feet, but they are standing like perfect posture, straight, staring right at her. Not that you can tell because it's a visor, but like has presented before the queen. And then because Arthur does know their shit, they bow, but they bow very sharply, just like immediately at the waist, just like and then right back up in like a very choppy kind of way.
Say who you are. Activate title.
Right, yes.
Activate title is very good. Yes, kind of straightening up even more, if it's possible for a perfectly postured robot to even straighten up even further. They do so, and they say, "The strapping interplanetary premier Copper Hercules Beetle, Your Majesty."
And Her Majesty gives you a little nod and opens her mouth to speak. And suddenly, a somewhat disembodied voice echoing around the inside of this chamber of Windsor Castle says, "At last, I knew if I waited long enough to find you." And in that moment, after saying that, there's like a gasp. Everybody kind of like falls quiet. People are looking around trying to figure out where this is coming from. And suddenly, from like up in like some rafter or like a balcony inside the castle, they're just you see something rip through the top half of Robot Arthur and pin to the ground behind them, just this long, spiky, red kind of harpoon or javelin looking thing. And you only have like a split second to take that in. The fact that Robot Arthur was just sort of very publicly like ripped in half. And that doesn't necessarily mean Robot Arthur's dead. You could still be doing the ball and cup game. Your just top half is separated from your bottom half.
I'm gonna look at Molly and go, this happens all the time.
Meanwhile, Real Arthur's a little horrified. Real Arthur's just like, oh, I've witnessed my own death.
Yeah, like you have a split second to take all of that in, and then with like a loud boom, this figure drops, like leaps from that balcony and drops down, and you can see like the queen looks like freaked the fuck out. Her guards are already like gathering around her, and they're trying to like usher her away. This figure that dropped down straightens up to its full like 7-8 feet of height, and it's just this massive hulking humanoid sort of figure, but heavily armored, except the armor itself is like red, like various shades of red and spiky, spiny, chitinous, you could say, in all these different places, especially on the shoulders. The head similarly is encased in that same kind of chitinous shell, and there are these two sort of bulbous eyes peeking out from underneath, and what you think is what looks like kind of a mouth guard for the helmet or whatever, opens as that voice speaks again, and you can see that they're not it's not like a mouth guard. It's not armor. They're sort of like little feelers, little like graspers. Both of these like massive arms that this thing has end in these huge lobster claws. And there are smaller legs kind of like crisscrossed across the abdomen, though they're sort of tucked in. They don't look like they would be good for very much. But yeah, they have these like two huge lobster claws. And this figure stands up to their full height. You all would recognize this individual as Red Tide, one of the generals of the Malefactor's army, and also the being that killed probably your family, whoever you had left behind on Lunaria. Definitely Piccolette. This guy definitely killed Piccolette.
100% kill Piccolette. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Piccolette. We gotta.
Yeah, he strains up to his full height. There is full-on panic happening around you. People are like, "Save us, Knights of Green and Gold, save us!" As Red Tide reaches up and grabs one of those spines on his shoulders and like rips it out. And as he does so, it turns into another one of those massive spiny javelins that just ripped Robot Arthur in half. What would you like to do?
Well, I know first Robot Cecily pretends to faint.
Okay.
Actual Cecily immediately whips out her katana and is just like, "Poor form in Her Majesty's home," and immediately lunges to parry the spiked javelin they're now holding.
Okay, all right. That is going to be a dueling roll, I think. Technically, this is what's called a save.
Okay. And do I roll with advantage for dueling because I'm a hussar, or
You don't roll with advantage for
Okay.
dueling for being a hussar, but if you want to make a case for it, like if you want to make a case for something being relevant here, we could give you advantage probably.
I'll just go with a straight roll. This is,
Okay, let's do it.
that's good. Yes, that's an 8.
Hell yeah. All right, you got an 8 for dueling,
Yup.
and you roll the d8, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a success. On any other die, that would not be a success, or on the d10, that would not be a success, rather. But yes, you get you succeed on parrying the javelin out of the way. I'll say that it was probably going for Athelstane. Yeah, probably going for Athelstane, and you can parry the harpoon out of the way, the blade out of the way. There's no initiative system in this. It's similar to Powered by the Apocalypse in that way. If somebody has a cool thing that they want to do, feel free to tell me what it is.
I think Athelstane will sort of point towards the Queen's guards and say, "Get Her Majesty to safety," and then will take one of his sickles and will try to like throw it end over end into Red Tide.
Okay. Is the intent here to hurt?
Yes, the intent is to harm Red Tide.
Cool. Then that is a dueling roll.
Okay. Double checking my and that is a success.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you fully, like, the sickle slams in and embeds itself in his thick shell. You can't really tell how deep it goes,
Yeah.
but like his shoulder, like you do, like kind of like knock him off balance a little bit in the process. And yeah, he's gonna reach up and he's gonna rip it out, and then he's gonna sort of like just drop it. I think as he rips it out, you can see that his blood is blue,
Ooh.
like a horseshoe crab. And then he drops it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's probably just gonna lunge forward into the midst of you. But you can act in the meantime.
I think so. It seems like Athelstane took care of the queen, or the guards are taking care of the queen.
Yeah, they're trying to get her out. Yes.
Okay. I think that Hotspur is going to try to expedite the process by bringing down like a banner or a chandelier or something like on top of Red Tide.
Okay.
So he sees the queen trying to get out, and he's just like, "How can I make this work?" And then he's just like, "Of course!" He's like rips off like the two tusks of the saber-tooth helm that are suddenly bigger for some reason, and like puts them together. The next shot, it's just a full huge boomerang that's 2 arms length.
course.
And he said, "It's curtains for you, mate." And just goes, and it looks like it's like trailing light and sparks and whatever. And just tries to cut through either, is there a chandelier or?
Yeah, there's definitely a chandelier. I love the fact that you said it's curtains for you and then dropped a chandelier on
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I said curtains or a chandelier.
No,
Whichever.
yeah.
You gotta keep it on your toes.
Yeah, okay, so what
Cool.
should I roll for that?
I think that's footwork. It sounds like footwork to me.
All right, sounds like footwork to me as well. That is a 6, so that's not on footwork though.
No, but it is your highest number on your die, I think.
Well,
So
there
you
go.
succeed. Yeah.
And
yeah, the chandelier comes crashing down on top of him. You don't get the impression that he is hurt, but he is impeded for the moment. It is weighing down on him.
I like lots of gestures, like to the queen and the guards, and then to Athelstane's like, "You had the man. Stop walking around." And then he realizes it's not a curtain. He says, "Chandelier." He says that out loud, and I'm done. Oh.
I think
Who wants to do a thing? He's starting to he's starting to stand up and like heave the massive chandelier off of him.
so. Arthur is standing there as Arthur. Robot cut in half. People scrambling around. Robot Cecily has pretended to faint. Good programming, as she's supposed to do. Robot Athelstane, I don't think has. So I'm gonna like lean down and like yoink one of his legs out from under him so he falls onto his back. Because it'll probably take him a little while to figure out how to stand back up.
Yeah. If you get them on their backs, they can't get up.
So I'm gonna yoink him. And then kind of duck behind a little bush, like a little plant that they've got, probably some decorative decor, transform into my ranger outfit, and then I'm gonna just run up. I'm just gonna pick up the legs from robot me, and I'm gonna try to use them. I'm gonna try to like shove them through the parts of the chandelier to try to like try to keep him pinned.
Okay.
With the robot legs.
All right, love that. Go ahead and roll. I think that is probably also footwork. It sounds like.
I think that makes the most sense. That's a 4.
Okay.
So that is both
All
a success and my top number.
Your top die, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So yeah, you succeed in that. Similar to what you have, you've all been very successful so far in keeping this guy off balance. He's starting to heave the chandelier off of himself. You slide in and hit him with your own robot legs as he's like starting to stand up, and you kind of like knock him back, and he gives out a frustrated roar, and it says something very sort of stereotypically evil monster, like, "Why won't you whelps just die?" And yeah, I think he is going to take the opportunity though, to grab you, Arthur, in one of those massive lobster claws and just sort of like raise you like you weigh absolutely nothing up, as if he was going to like cut you in half with the lobster claw. Would anybody like to do anything about that?
Yeah, yes, but where's Molly? Is Molly still on my arm in all this fray?
Yeah, I think so. And if you are gonna start to move, actually, Molly is going to grab your arm and she's gonna say, "Wait, I have to tell you something first."
Now?
I can't
Sure.
wait. Look, I just didn't think that. I mean, people have always been easy for me to figure out, but not you, Neville. And when I came here tonight, I never thought that I would end up with feelings this real for you. And if you're going to help your family, you're going to need this. And she will hold out the ascot that she stole from you when she leaned in to whisper in your ear earlier in the night.
Molly of Moxley.
She knows.
She knows, but she returned it. His love.
His love.
It's love.
Always leave him guessing.
Leave him guessing. Molly, we will like I'm putting the ask on. Molly, we will talk about this later. Right now, my brother is stuck in a claw arm of a person that is an evil man
wait.
from the moon.
Save your family. I'll wait for you forever. I'll wait for you forever, Neville Flash.
Right before you transform. Too many people know. Too many dangerous, wily people know.
Incredible.
And then with that, I can't think about that. We gotta go.
Right. So you are transforming. You're transforming. You're summoning your broom. Are you going to try to save Arthur from being cut in half?
Hell yeah! I'm gonna whack that crab claw with my broom.
That's a dueling roll.
Swat him.
And none of you have failed yet.
Oh shit! I rolled a 10, which is my maximum dice.
That is your maximum. Yeah, I mean the dice are speaking.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's failed was a social roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We failed like 2 social, which makes sense.
Yes,
we are very bad at pretending to be normal rich human Regency people, but we are lunar warriors. So
We're very good at throwing hands.
Yeah.
We're Sentai's silliest.
Great at throwing these moon hands.
Sentai's silliest rangers.
Fighting evil by moonlight.
Uh-huh.
Doing our best by daylight.
You swing that giant broom around, and I think you hit him in the face. And he like does not react to that whatsoever. But then you like tickle him with the bristles, like just all up in his face, and then he's like, stop that, and he drops Arthur. Yeah.
It is Lady Moxley, our tuxedo mask.
Incredible. She truly is. So yeah, he's so bothered by the bristles that you're brushing in his face that he drops Arthur. He releases Arthur, and Arthur, you fall to the ground. Athelstane has not done anything yet. Athelstane, would you like to do something?
Well, so I had done something, but I was waiting for everybody else to go. I think now it's come back around.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Athelstane is going to... Nope, I have something. I am going to reach out my hand, and my sickle that he pulled out and dropped is going to sort of like magnetically return to me, but like on its like return journey as it is spinning, is going to try to trip him.
Ooh, okay, cool. I love that. I think, okay, so as it's returning, yeah, you're using your weapon as it's returning to you. Feels like dueling. Feels like dueling. Okay. So go ahead and roll your honor.
That is a 1, which is my honor. So I have to justify why this is a thing.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I am agile.
That's
sort
fair.
of that is sort of my thing. I'm sort of trying to outmaneuver him here.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll go with it. I think your honor succeeds. So you do it. You trip him. That was your goal, right?
Yeah, trip him.
Yeah, you trip him, but I think in the process, Are these like are these on chains or ropes or anything like that?
No, they are just two separate sickles.
Two separate sickles. Okay, cool. Yeah, you trip him with this sickle as you are kind of like dancing around him a little bit, and I think he is I think he's going to go down, but because this was an honor roll, I think he's going to kind of like fall a little bit on top of you. So you're just kind of like, he falls, but you're kind of like now entangled with each other, rolling around on the ground a little bit. Yeah. That makes sense. Does anybody want to save Athelstane from?
Oh, I'll save Athelstane.
Okay.
I'll be sweeping across this, this ballroom.
Amazing. Are you hitting him with the broom again?
Yes, nothing but broom.
Nothing but broom. Another dueling roll.
Hell yeah. Oh no. God damn it. Once again, another dice to my floor. Ooh. 5 for dueling. And I rolled a 5. Hell yeah.
Exactly in the middle, which means it's a success. Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, you wind up Neville, and you broom goes the dynamite.
Broom goes the dynamite. Yes.
You wind up and you hit him with the broom, and truly this time, for whatever reason, you channel more of your moon magic power into it, and it strikes him with a loud crash like thunder, and he goes like flying off of top of Athelstane and like skids across the floor a couple times, crashes into a column set up in the middle of the ballroom, and he's going to say as he does so, he kind of like hits that column, and he's going to say, "That's enough," and he's going to grab the column with his 2 lobster claws, and he's going to rip it out and like start to swing it like a big club down on top of all of you.
Those are so hard to make. Why would you break those?
You know what? He's a monster. He doesn't care.
No respect for architecture.
No, it doesn't. And that column was load bearing too.
Oh no!
No respect for engineering.
They're gonna have to remodel that whole wing.
This guy's fully disrespecting his surroundings.
He is. Okay. What does anybody want to do anything about that?
I was gonna say, Joe started to say something. Yeah.
I was wondering, is this the time to maybe get into our Zords and like stop the ceiling from crashing? Well, what's happening structurally? I guess
structurally, nothing is happening at the moment.
Yeah,
so he's basically hitting you with this massive column of stone, but the building itself is still standing. The castle is still standing. The immediate danger is coming from getting crushed by the thing that he's swinging at you.
Okay.
So I just realized something. So technically the kendama is labeled as a great kendama, which means it's big. So can I just like, as he starts to swing it down on us, can I just like put it like on the ground so it like catches it like a little like before it can hit us?
I'm open to it. I think that's going to be a vigor roll though.
Oh fuck. Okay.
If you roll a 4, you got it though, right?
It's true.
Yeah. Can I have advantage because my temperament is strapping and this is possibly strength to try to like hold this thing still? Can I?
Yeah, I think so.
Strapping.
I think
feels pretty strapping.
It does feel pretty strapping.
Actually, I don't want to roll this one. Let me roll this other one. I don't trust you right now. I'm sorry. Okay. It's a 2 and a 4. So...
Okay, all right. So that's all you need. The 4 carries through. So yeah, he tries to bring this column down on you, and you kind of like slide in and shove the great kendama in, and it catches the column, comes down on it, swings on it, but it just kind of ends up catching the column on top of it, and he is going to let go of it like almost immediately. It can like fall to the ground with a thud. And I think he is just kind of he's starting to get pretty frustrated. He's been pretty frustrated, but he's getting more frustrated, and he kind of like curls in on himself with like his shell creaks, and then he's going to like unleash his arms. He's going to like expand again with force, and spikes, those sort of like spiky javelin things, are going to shoot out of him in like all directions towards you all. So I would need to hear from all of you how you are going to deal with that.
I think Hotspur is going to try to deflect as many as he can from like the populace.
Okay.
With like takes the boomerang and separates it again. Now it's the second shot as it zooms in. It's 2 boomerangs now.
Okay. All right.
And starts going like this in order to like kind of like deflect, kind of crouching dagger, hidden dragon style.
Okay, I think that is a save with dueling.
Save with dueling. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's see. 5.
That's a success.
I should have argued for advantage, but deal with it. So
it's all good. You don't need it so far. You still have not failed. None of you have failed a single roll in this combat so far,
except in the beginning where I fell on my face.
Yeah, that's true. Neville?
I know this is a stretch, but can I asparagus is one of my one of my things. Would there be any way I could make like a lightning rod out of the shape of asparagus and use it to get all the lightning there?
Yeah, so hold on, just to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly. You want to
I want to pull a tool out of my utility belt that is
right.
That is a lightning rod the shape of an asparagus. And I'd like
so you want to what you're saying is you want to call lightning to destroy the bone spines that he is shooting at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Your element is earth, right?
It's water.
It's water. There also might be an argument for like
water conducts electricity.
Electricity too.
Yeah, that's a good argument. That's a good argument. All right. Fuck. What would that even be? I want to say that would be vigor. It feels like vigor to me, but you can roll it with advantage.
Hell yeah. What's vigor? Ooh, I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You do it. There are spikes shooting at you. You use your asparagus lightning rod to call down lightning out of seemingly nowhere, that like both hits around you, hits you, channels through you, and then it just like shoots out, and it just like pop, explodes all of these different bone spines. Incredible. Cecily, how are you handling the spikes shooting at you?
Spikes shooting at me? Well, since my element is it's autumn, it's water. Can I kind of use water to like turn it into ice as a shield to deflect the spikes from me and the crowd? If any crowd still in here.
Absolutely, yeah. I love the detail of protecting people. Yeah, that's going to be a vigor roll also, and you can have advantage on that.
Sweet. I'm gonna need that. That's an 8. Thank God for advantage. First one was a 4.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you did it. So yeah, wall of ice shoots up, the spikes slam into it, but they get caught there, and you protect a group of very scared party goers, including Alric Perseph, who's like, "Oh no!" But then you save him.
His voice crack real loud.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It does. Of course it does. All right, amazing. I have not heard from Arthur or Athelstane.
I think Athelstane is going to be just kind of trying to like somersault and cartwheel around them, kind of just doing a full matrix, diving sideways, rotating in the air, avoiding the spikes.
Yeah, that's a footwork save, and you're agile, so you can have advantage before you focus for it.
work. Ooh.
3, 4, 5. Did you fail?
I just failed. I got a 2 and a 6.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what's your die type?
D8.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah.
At last.
Yeah.
At last.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, even with advantage, I was like, I'm looking at that, I'm like, nope, neither of these numbers are on that list.
All right.
It finally happened.
Can you use his honor, or
That's only on a 1.
Happens on a 1.
That's only on a 1. Yeah, this is just an actual fail.
Yeah,
So
there's an
it's not a
Oscar
big
fail.
deal. You're taking a mark of peril, which is basically the system's damage system. It's a tally. There's a section for it on your sheet. You could just put the number 1. The only thing that really matters is that when you take a new mark of peril, you have to roll your station versus the total number of marks of peril you have.
Yeah.
So roll your station again.
I got a 3. What does that mean?
It means you're fine. Honestly, you were always going to be fine because you can't roll below a 1.
Right.
But
yeah.
if you rolled a 1, then you get the Valor in the Face of Defeat thing where you get a bunch of a burst of vitality and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you are hurt. I think a spike does hit you, but you're fine functionally. Cool. And what about Arthur?
So I think Arthur gets out from under the column, pulls their weapon out, and kind of like the spikes are coming at us, and I'm just gonna somersault back over the column to the other side, so that the spikes just like the right into the right, like where I was standing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's footwork, obviously. However, because you were holding up the column and because you defended people from that, I think I'm going to say that this is difficult for you and you're going to take disadvantage on this footwork save. So the way that disadvantage works in the system, you guys have not failed a single roll.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just you're fine. I'm just mentally. No, here's the thing. My brain just went. So I roll no die because my brain
you roll
is
2,
dumb.
but you roll 2, but you have to succeed on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Legitimately, my brain is so soup that you were that because advantage is you roll with 2. My brain legitimately went. So you don't. Okay. Nope. That's a 4 and a 1.
Okay. All right. You are also going to take a mark of peril. Wait, it's a 1.
It's a 4 and a 1.
Okay. Do you want to try to sell me on your honor?
No, I'll let you have it, Will. I'll let you have it.
That's 1 mark of peril. Roll your station again, but the only good things can come from this, so it's fine.
It's a 2.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine so far. On future marks of peril, you can actually potentially roll below them, and then you can get the vapors. But for now, you are perfectly fine.
Fucking vapors.
The fucking vapors. That's right. All right. So that is all of you avoiding the spike. Some of you getting hit, but for the most part, you are fine. Both Athelstane and Arthur get clipped by those spikes, but your armor protects you, and you can fight through the pain because you are tough knights. Red Tide is starting to look a little winded in the aftermath of that. You've kind of been like beating the shit out of him and frustrating him, and he's been using a lot of his power. You don't really know how he makes those spikes, but it seems to extract a toll from him. And so seeing that, would anybody like to take advantage of it? Sorry.
Does Hotspur want to get a solid little feisty punch?
Say that again.
I was gonna say, does Hotspur want to get
with
his blood up? Want to go get him?
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay.
Sorry, like half the chat just disappeared from me, and then now they just came back. So Julia,
no.
Eli
Okay.
vanished. I was like, do I need to restart? But they're back now for me.
No. In fact, invite more of your friends in, chat, if you will. We're so close. We're so close to meeting our goal.
We'll get there. I'm
We'll
confident.
get there. Hotspur, always on the balls of his feet, like, always, like, never on his back heels. See, he's just like, he's like, aha. He thinks he has an idea. Boomerangs are not in this shot for some reason, but he says, he's like, looks like you have a weakness that I can exploit. And just letting everybody know exactly what's happening. And he bounces forward in, one might say, an extraordinary feat of celerity,
Yeah, Justin fucking
and
grip it,
tries to
rip
rip
it,
out as many of the
Slop
spikes
that
from him
down,
as
dude.
possible.
Yeah, dude. Crack one
So
for the
I am
big boy.
extraordinary. So I'm gonna, if that satisfies you, I'll roll with advantage. Thank you.
I think that's fair. I think that's going to be dueling, and also thank you so much for that donation. We have hit our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. We did it.
We did it.
Game over, guys. We did it. We don't have
Yeah, that's the end of it.
No, we're having fun. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, I rolled 2 6s.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, you do. There's no rule.
Extraordinary.
Right?
Extraordinary?
Yeah, absolutely extraordinary. There is no rule for what happens if you roll with advantage and you get the high. Get your hero twice. However, I think it's pretty obvious that calls for something special. So yeah, you are kind of leaping around him, Hotspur, and ripping these spikes out of him, and he's like turning in place. He's trying to catch you. He's trying to get you as well, and he's just not as fast as you. He's not able to keep up with you, and finally he like sort of falls to one knee. You back off a little bit, and he falls to one knee, and you are like, you have that collective moment where you're like, is it over? Is that it?
Yeah.
And then he starts to laugh.
No. I have all these, I don't know how many arms I collected, but I say gross. And I drop them.
Ew.
He starts to laugh a little bit, just very sort of like, you think you've won just because you defeated me?
I think that's usually the goal.
I came here to kill you, brats. And imagine my surprise when I discovered my favorite pet already here. And he stands up and he like emits the mandibles. That's the word I was looking for. The mandibles on his mouth kind of like open, and he unleashes this like weird lobster shriek. Don't know how else to describe it. You can imagine how it sounds in your head. He unleashes this weird lobster shriek, and there's a moment of silence after it, and then you hear kind of a distant answering lobster shriek. And fully crashing through the outer wall of Windsor Castle comes this massive creature, this long, this I can't do a lobster shriek. I can barely do a regular shriek. My voice is so bad.
I imagine.
How was that? Do we like that?
We like that.
We'll accept it.
I imagine it sounds exactly like, like we found a way to like use this mummy and like recreate its voice box and make it speak, and it's like meep.
Right, yeah, it's a loud, drawn out meep. 100%. The wall comes crashing in. This massive creature. It's long. It's covered in these like armor shell platings that are the color of the night sky, with stars like kind of like flashing inside of them. is fully almost the size of the castle itself as it crashes into it. It's the biggest thing. It's one of the biggest things that any of you have probably ever seen. It has these two long eyes on stalks. It has many, 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 too many legs that it's kind of walking in on. And it has these two very long, segmented, thick claws on the end that it kind of has pulled up in front of it, similar to this. Waiting for my camera to unfreeze. Catch up with me.
You're fine.
We're having some camera issues, apparently.
Oh no. Are we still here?
We're still here.
I think Will's on a
Not sure
little
what's
bit of a
going on.
delay.
I think we're back.
Have we returned?
Oh no.
No, we've been here the whole time. That's the thing. It's just my camera is lagging, and I don't know if my audio is. Trying to close things.
It's a little hard.
Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully that does it. I just closed a bunch of things. I think it's fine. All right, cool. So yeah, so it's just this massive creature. Honestly, so I'll just skip the description. What it looks like is a giant, a massive mantis shrimp has just crashed through the walls of Windsor Castle with a lobster like shriek. It's kind of like reared up. It has these massive claws that are sort of like curled up as if ready to punch anything at a moment's notice. And yeah, like I said, the shell contains what looks like, the cosmos of the night sky, et cetera, inside of it. I think you all would recognize this thing from your time in space and having encountered these things. But before I tell you that, Hotspur, in the middle of this battle, as this giant lobster thing crashes in, Morris Borison from the side is kind of like, Psst, Hotspur.
I unnecessarily cartwheel over.
Right. Do you remember that thing that I said might kill us all tonight?
It's here, isn't it?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that I brought. Yeah, that's it.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I should slap you silly. But I can't because you've saved my life on an emotional level.
It's true. Are you going to do something about that?
Do you just collect these things to watch us fight them?
No. I collect them to sell them for a lot of money.
This is you're a dangerous and bad man. I still love you. He like bonks his head on top of his head.
All right, good luck. Cartwheels away. Perfect aside. You all would be aware that this is a creature known as a sun puncher. It is a cosmic being that travels from solar system to solar system, punching suns so hard that they go out.
Not my sons.
Hell yeah.
All of them. All of your sons.
Son and my second son.
And you may recall that Red Tide, this evil alien general, had one that he had trained to follow his commands, but he lost it in the war.
Well, let's
Until
this
now,
is such a
apparently.
touching reunion.
This is such a touching reunion, yeah. So he fully leaps up and lands on on top of its head, where he stands in the manner that a Power Rangers villain would very much.
I imagine this is not a situation in which a broom could solve our problems.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, you could try, but maybe you should split your house in half and summon the machina.
Yeah, I supposed to lift the broom up, but then I'm like,
yeah, we gotta call Reginald.
We should call Reginald.
Reginald, unleash the hounds.
Reginald, please.
Why does it think that at the Flash family home there is that the trumpet before a fox hunt, and that's when it starts to open.
I love that.
Please.
I love that. All right, so Perfect. You so yeah, the back at your home, back at the family Flash's estate, that Reginald like pulls a lever, and the house fully just sort of like splits in half and opens up, and leaping out of the pit underneath your home come all of your machina, all of your Zords, functionally, who suddenly arrive on the scene. And I think you have to you'd probably have to like be outside to fully gatai, which is when you combine. You'd bring down all of Windsor Castle if you tried to do it inside. So you can slip past the Sun Puncher well enough, and then get outside, and that's when you find your machina already waiting for you, laid out. These noble, great dinosaurs of legend like the Stegosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Mammoth question mark, Saber-toothed tiger question mark, Hercules beetle question mark.
It's very nice that the Sun Puncher left us a convenient little door to just like
right, exactly.
I think very important that all of these things are steam powered.
Right.
Yes.
Powered by moon steam.
Yes. Moon steam. Yes, that is important to note.
Much longer lasting.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you combining into your Colossus?
Hell yeah.
All right. Just for quick flavor aside, who's going where? Obviously, Tiger traditionally has limb energy.
Can I like attach the back like a backpack and just like
Hercules beetle backpack?
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, I can see the beetle kind of forming kind of like a helmet and armor and shoulders that kind of comes down.
Hell yeah, love that.
Chest.
Since classically, T-Rex tiny arms kind of feels like I should be in like the middle, and then the arms kind of pop on the sides.
Yeah, I love that. I'm picturing like T-Rex legs with like a head in the middle, kind of. Maybe like mammoth on top of that for body. How do we feel about saber-tooth arm and stegosaurus arm?
Yeah,
that sounds good. I think it's apropos for one of the boomerangs to just come off and like slap it on. Cool.
To make it a little.
I love it.
And then like maybe I guess we get to the weapon proper later. So.
All right, I love it. Okay, so yeah, you can immediately take action against the Sun Puncher in your form. The way that this works in a Colossus is that you have to work together as a team. So when you decide you want to do something, everybody rolls their station and compares, and you want to see if you succeed. There is a threshold of successes you need to get to complete any action successfully, and it's based on the number of rangers. Since there are 5 of you, you need 3 successes collectively to complete an action.
Like a group stealth roll. But
Yep. So what do you want to do to the Sun Puncher?
Punch him.
Punch the Sun Puncher?
You think you're such a good puncher? You ain't seen no good punching yet.
Who hasn't gone this round that has an idea, I guess?
I think Cecily, definitely.
Yeah, we'll give him a spike punch. I got the
Yes.
Oh, spike the punch.
Spike the punch.
Let's spike the punch.
Don't spike the punch, but do spike punch.
Yes.
Spike punch. Okay, so that is rolling just a straight up roll.
That's going to be a dueling roll from everybody.
That is
okay.
That's 5. So
yeah,
we're good.
4.
Success.
I failed 3.
Success. Okay. Julia, how'd you do? We need 1 more success between you or Eli.
I succeeded. I got a 4.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Hey, nice.
Okay. All right. And 8 is your highest, right, Neville?
No, 10's my highest.
Oh, 10. You're right. You're the Dragoon. Yeah.
I'm Dragoon,
okay.
D10, yeah.
Okay, well, you got 2 fails, but you got 3 successes, which is all you needed.
Hey.
So, you fully spike punch the Sun Puncher. You pull back that Stegosaurus fist and you slam it into its dumb mantis head, and it like goes sort of like rearing back a little bit, but then it bounces back, and you see that it's like it's got its hand is like its claw is quivering, like it's charging up, and then it is going to it's going to unleash, hit you dead on with enough force to snuff out a sun. And send your Colossus reeling backwards.
Do we take out another turret of Windsor Castle?
Yes, absolutely you do. Absolutely you do.
I also like to think that if we crash into bushes, those also give off sparks. So
Okay, I love that. Everything gives off sparks. Give me a vigor roll. As a team, a vigor save. Yes.
Right.
That was my highest.
I don't know if I'm good at.
I got a 1.
I don't think I can roll vigor. Can
Okay.
I? Oh yeah, no, I can. Except when I roll a 1. Never mind. So.
Well, no, 1 we can
Honor.
make an argument for. We can make an honor.
Can I make an argument?
With the 7.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
We have 3, or should I make an argument for my 1?
So Neville succeeded. Did Cecily succeed?
Yeah, I got the highest I could get on my dice.
Did Athelstane succeed?
Got a flat fail.
So that's 3 fails and 2 successes.
unless but we got 1, and can we use our honor on these rolls? So
Right.
Can we argue honor or no?
I don't. So the book's not specific about that. I'm going to say no, not in this case, and that's okay. You don't take marks of peril when you're in your Colossus form, so you're fine. But I do think that is enough. You take that hit, and you know somewhere back in your manor home, Veginald is like standing by this little like a phonograph kind of thing that's connected somehow to the Colossus, and Veginald says, "Masters, you can't take another hit like that. You're going to have to give it everything you've got."
We'll do vegetable.
Thanks, Vegetable. I was thinking I was gonna take it easy. But I appreciate it.
We'll do it.
Irreplaceable.
Razzle dazzle.
Honestly,
I'm here to help.
I know you are, Veginald.
we appreciate it, Reginald.
Some of us
Veginald.
do, yes.
Veginald.
Now please avenge my sister.
We gotta avenge Picolette.
You gotta avenge Picolette. All right, cool. So, what do we think the like super special Colossus attack for yours is?
We take off a glove that we are not actually wearing, and we slap them in the face with it.
Yes.
Just like
It is
the shrimp.
It is a glove. It's part of the mech. We take off like a mech glove. And then the glove we took off starts like glowing, and it's this glowing glove slab.
And we just slap them in the face.
This is just me, and you don't have to please me, but I promised and said many times that I would shoot boomerangs out of my face.
That's true.
Maybe that could also be part of it, because you're probably taking off the saber-tooth hand glove. I don't know.
We could because we have to like charge in. So we have to like charge in to slap, and like while we're charging, like we're like shooting boomerangs out of the mouth, and then like we punctuate it with the glowing glove slab.
Yeah, once we get up in their business.
Yeah, but we have to like charge in with like all like the laser lights around us and all the sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when we're shooting boomerangs out of our mouth. Yeah.
Shooting boomerangs.
Yeah. Do the other weapons combine into another thing or no? We have an actual weapon.
I think we're good with what we got.
I just love the Regency idea of slapping someone with a glove.
The giant mech glove. Yeah.
No, I love the idea of shooting boomerangs out of the tiger mouth, and while simultaneously Stegosaurus glove slapping.
Yeah.
I think that is perfect. One final dueling roll from everybody.
Okay.
So you unleash your final attack.
5.
4.
Success.
6.
Success.
5.
Success.
Woo!
Success. 5 successes across the board. And I think that's perfect. Again, not a rule, but it makes sense to me that use your super special attack. You all need to succeed. I love that. Yeah, you fire boomerangs at this thing, and then you get up in its face, and then you give it one final glowing glove slap across its mantis face, and it crashes into Windsor Castle, takes out another wing, and then it kind of lays still. And I think along with that, you see Red Tide just go like tumbling off of its head, and like run, like basically like shakes his fist at you. You haven't seen the last of me, and then runs off.
Does he also fall in a ditch and then have to pop up and keep running?
Yeah, he falls in a ditch and has to run back up.
him and just trying to
He
escape.
turns around, he immediately trips over a piece of loose rubble, and then he has to like pull himself back up. And he's a lobster man, so he's not great at standing up.
Yeah,
When he falls
People
down.
are watching
waddling at
aghast.
speed.
Yeah,
Honestly,
absolutely.
people are watching aghast and they're just like, oh, just disgusting and dishonorable.
Break out
true.
the butter.
And yeah, out of the chaos of this moment, as it stands, you all like can kind of like emerge and stand in front of your colossus, and people start to sort of regather, covered in dust, covered in debris, but for the most part it seems like unharmed, as they say 3 cheers for the knights of green and gold, hop up huzzah, hop up huzzah, hop up huzzah. And yeah, if you do, you choose to be knighted?
I think we do.
yeah.
I think maybe we collect some of the robot parts.
Kind of clean up a little bit
Nobody
while we're
else
still in
gets
our
them.
giant form.
Since we mushed her house, like I
It would
don't
be
know, kind
very-
of right.
Set an
It would-
intact tower back up.
Yeah, it,
It
would
does
be a
feel
faux
polite.
pas.
Yeah. We do what we can.
Okay.
Move the
Well,
sun puncher. Maybe
just
consider
be aware.
Simiche.
Just be aware that if you accept the knighting on behalf of Queen Charlotte, Princess Bladreda, or Princess Fungastasia, Bladreda is very mad at you and is
Yeah,
coming
sure.
after you.
I don't
Just
Yeah,
to
I'm
make
sure
your
that
life hard.
they're gonna be another antagonist. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
fine.
That's
If you just
legit.
watch us bitch slap the sun puncher,
Yeah, but they got their own kaiju, you know.
No,
like,
right.
we'll
yeah.
slap that
Slap
too.
that one too.
Yeah.
Bring any kaiju, we'll slap them.
We'll slap them.
We
Respect.
are
Right up.
ready.
Yeah.
We're at the ready. But I like that, like a child
Line 'em up.
princess is like, you're gonna regret this.
Oh, she gonna be dangerous though. Angry little girl. Whew.
Angry,
Real
weird little
quick,
possessed
She got
child.
that demented imagination going.
Real quick, because it's very fun with Sentai and Sensibility. Epilogues. Anybody got any ideas? Any loose ends you want to narrate?
Well, Neville gets locked in the
Neville?
basement. That's
Yeah,
I
Neville goes
feel
to the
like-
basement.
Yeah,
And what happens in the basement?
and we're just
You don't wanna know.
hanging out with Robot Neville.
Yeah, I was just told we're not supposed to talk about what happens in basement. So
Yeah.
What happens in the basement is between Lady Moxley and Neville
Oh,
Flash.
yeah.
then
Gosh.
Incredible. Does Hotspur go back to sailing, go back to the sea with
I
Morris
think-
Morrison?
I think he feels like the rest of his family has this under control,
Okay.
and he individually like tells each person, each family member, that he's just going to go back. Call a sea. The call of the sea is calling me, and it's saying get on a boat
did they like
and
send you a
maybe
letter?
a ship or something a galleon, and maybe ride that out into the sunset, find adventure, and maybe other people, because like Morris has been fine. Also, my secret is out with Morris. So
What?
but
Yeah,
no,
You gotta take Morris out of town.
he is on a ship with me.
Perfect.
So,
Oh, good. Then we're good.
so we get him out of town. He's kept my secret for years, as he's brought me over to here. And I think because he's been collecting these crazy things, maybe I just beat them to the punch. At
the
some point, maybe
hell?
he finds it and I kill it, because it usually turns
How did
against
he
him anyway.
catch the sun puncher? That's impressive.
He's a frightening man. Are you sure you're safe with him?
My understanding, I think he built something underneath it just to lift it up out of the water, and it's largely just useless and it didn't respond. until, did you hear that screech? It's the
Yeah,
crazy
that
screech
meep.
that, yeah, Riptide, yeah. So it didn't really move until that point.
You know, maybe you should use him to find other creatures and take them out. That was an
Yeah, I
excellent
mean,
idea.
we can always just kind of turn into burst of light and we just kind of go up and we come back to the mansion.
That's
Maybe
true.
we can try doing that somewhere else.
You can just come back whenever you're ready. Whenever the seas are rough. And or if you find more of our fellow
Lunarians.
Yeah,
Lunarians.
it's true. I feel like they may be out there too. But like, if
Cecily
you,
gets a bag of sugar cubes for the trip.
thank you, smushes it against the space. I mean,
Perfect.
thank you so much. It means a lot to me. But I think Vegeta, you know, our guy. He set something up so I can call you and you guys can call me.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Um,
remember
I love that.
to give some trouble to my rival. So he's the worst.
Yeah.
I love that, and I feel like if those are the loose ends, then probably the last thing we see is you know, the ship with Morris and Hotspur setting out, and Morris like they're both of them standing on the bow, waving goodbye, and Morris puts his hand on Hotspur's shoulder and says, "We're gonna make so much money, it's stupid."
Wait, what?
That's the end of it. That's the family flash, everybody.
Hey,
we did
it. We did
we're
the
so
thing.
normal and respectable.
We're normal human beings.
Yeah.
Normal human beings. Your secret survived
Like-
mostly intact, and now you are keeping the people who figured out who you are close to the chest.
Yep.
Sometimes literally.
Or close to our basement.
Close to our
exactly.
basement.
All right. Well, we hit our goal. We played a game. We did good tonight. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll go around real quick because it's kind of late and do our outros and then call it a night, starting once again. Brendan.
Everybody, when I am not here, I am in Academy H, our Masks Actual Play podcast, where I'm playing Alex Sandowski, aka Victory. I'm also the game master for Community College, our Monster of the Week Actual Play podcast that is between seasons right now, but which is dropping the fully edited episodes every other Sunday. And I am also the storyteller for Star Trek Gallant, our Star Trek Adventure stream. And I think that's all that I'm doing at this exact moment.
Yeah. Julia?
Hi, I'm Julia. You can find me at Hexbot on all social media platforms. Right now, I have somehow unwittingly found myself doing a lot of things, all of them here on LFTA, one of which I will be doing tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Come show up for your Saturday morning cartoon. We're going to be playing Class Reunion. I'm going to be playing Kelly Violet. I just helped kill a political rival, but it's fine. They were gonna kill me first, so come find out the fallout of that situation. Every other Sunday, I am here with Academy H as Lyra Kroll. Every other Tuesday, I am here with our Slayer House 6 as Evelyn Eve Bay. Every other Wednesday, Star Trek Gallant as First Officer Nyko Bard. And every other Thursday, with Never Ember's Enigma as Lavinia Hale. Remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. Thank you. Good night.
Joe.
Hey, I'm Joe Gates. If you are near the Philadelphia area, there are many states around us, so don't be shy. I perform live, usually improv comedy, sometimes like Ren fairs and other affairs. But if you would like to know when I'm doing a thing next, and it might be even on Live from the Apocalypse, so keep an eye open. You can follow me at Comedy Showgates on Instagram and Facebook, and just kind of keep up with me. But otherwise, have a great night.
Eli.
Oh, hi. Hello. My name is Eli. You can find me all over the place on the internet at A Ghost of Eli. I'm here on Live for the Apocalypse, usually on Tuesdays, playing Tenebrous, Nephilim Tenebrous, as your favorite junk in the trunk padlock. Right now, every Wednesday until mid-August, I am currently on Game Master Monday. We're raising money for the ACLU, playing Castaway the Desert. I am playing a grease of a man named Zeke, and I am running amok. Last but not least, most importantly, I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. We are an AP content creation team making a bunch of serious fun. And this Saturday, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m., I begin to tell an inevitable tale of Heroes of the Doom using the inevitable system from Soul Muppet Publishing. So come meet our cadre, come meet our story, and see how the Doom treats those who have heard prophecy. But that's it.
So good, Steph.
Hi, I'm Steph. You can find me at LFTA every other Thursday for a homebrew horror, psychological horror game, Redacted, where we're all haunted houses full of ghosts. We are going through it when I'm not here. You can also find me over at Entropy Emporium in a horror masks game. They call us villains. I play a little Doom named Scylla. She's done nothing wrong ever in her life. She might have something in her chest aside from her heart. We'll see. We'll find out. Catch up on the episode to see what happens. I'm sure no one died.
I'm not. Hello, hi, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. First of all, thank you so much to everybody who hung out and donated, and to everybody for playing this game, and the people who have been around for this entire DOTS TTRPG project fundraiser. It's been really amazing. It's been really good. We look forward to doing more stuff like this in the future. But for as far as I'm concerned, you can find me on Blue Sky at a Will M Scream. If you care to, tomorrow I'll be here running Class Reunion, the 5e homebrew isekai about a group of high school students from Ohio who have been trapped in a fantasy world for 10 years. We finished the political arc. We get to do fun things now. It was very stressful. I'm glad it's over. Tuesday, I'll be here running Nephilim Tenebrous, the gritty near future sci-fi game that's been talked about previously. And then Thursday, I will be over at Entropy Emporium running God Complex of 5e homebrew, Girl by Moonlight campaign about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and punching space kaiju. So if you enjoyed everybody punching the kaiju in this game, you'll probably like God Complex. Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Entropy Emporium. And then finally, premiere, big deal, Saturday, next Saturday, I will be over at Entropy Emporium again playing Star Shard. I'll be playing Clementine, who is a robot man who just wants to be a farmer, but he has a tank gun in his chest. He was built for war. Now he just likes to grow things, and he has a magic shard of a star in his head. Check that out. It's going to be fun. It's a shonen anime game, so it's very cool. Entropy Emporium next Saturday. Very excited about that. That's going to do it for us here tonight at LFTA. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Hope you have a good night. If you're not already following us, we're also only on Blue Sky, one platform, but we recently did some stuff with our Discord. It's been a little overhauled, and it's a great place full of great people. We'd love to have you there. We've been doing stuff in there recently, like watching Monday Night Raw together, and who knows what else the future may hold. But with all that being said, that's going to do it for us here. Tonight, we're going to drop a raid, I think over, I'm not sure yet, but we'll drop a raid to somebody. Thanks so much for hanging out. My cat is causing problems. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.